Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside of the Crown Coliseum in Fayetteville, North Carolina. This is Marksman pregame hitting your radio waves on both Hockey TV and the Marksman Radio Network. I'm Drew Blevins. A fine Saturday night in Fayetteville where a strong crowd is expected on the final night of Hockey Fights Cancer Weekend presented by Tiago Title, as well as Pirates and Princesses Night here at the Crown Coliseum. And you'll see if you're following along on Hockey TV that it looks like there are different stains and markings on the ice. That is because last night, after the first night of Hockey Fights Cancer Weekend, fans were invited to come down to the ice and paint names of loved ones who have fought cancer, inspirational messages, and really have their opportunity to express how they individually are joining in the fight against this awful disease that has affected us all in some way, shape, form, or fashion. On the ice, the Macon Mayhem are a team that is still looking for that added extra push to get into the win column. You'll hear from head coach Corey Melkert in a second of the Fayetteville Marksmen. Coach Melkert alluded to it, I thought, rather well. He goes, you have to be careful with this team because you're giving them a lot of credit for coming out, fighting, playing hard, and you've seen the scores. Some have been rather lopsided. The one that sticks out is a 9-0 win for the Knoxville Ice Bears over the Macon Mayhem, but they still come to play every single game. And Corey Melkert gave credit where credit was due to Zach Desjardins. He understands it's difficult to coach a fragile group that is looking a long way up the standings boards, even just to claw back into the playoff picture. And in talking to him, it seemed like that's where he said that he would draw his inspiration from if he was on the other side of this equation, is not looking all the way up, but just looking to get above that bar. Because in the grand scheme of things here, beyond the 1/5 way mark in the season, a lot of hockey left to play, and right now, Macon is only 7 points out of that final playoff spot that's occupied by Birmingham right now, and that's why we try to remind you as much as we can, for as hot as the Marksmen have started off this season, there's still a lot of hockey left to play, and it's still difficult to diagnose who the league's top teams are. The only surefire team that is going to be in that conversation is Huntsville, and we'll talk more about them later on in Marksman pregame. As for right now, we're going to take a quick break. Coming back from it, you'll hear from the head coach of the Fayetteville Marksmen, Corey Melkert. This is Marksman pregame on the Marksman Radio Network. Hey you, are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksman hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksman road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads. Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If it's gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more. We welcome you back to Marksman Pregame. Drew Blevins alongside the head coach of the Fayetteville Marksmen, Corey Melkert. Coach, you get a 5-2 win last night. For the fifth straight game, you score 3 or more goals in the first period. What's been the key to having such a strong start?
I wish we could carry it out throughout the whole 60, but maybe I guess we're just a first period team. But good starts are obviously key, and it allows us to hang on. So hopefully we get the same start tonight.
You kind of alluded to it. The final 40 minutes have not been nearly as good as the next 20. What does it take to be able to follow that effort through to be able to get that full 60-minute effort?
Habits, details, competing. Obviously 3 big words that we say a lot around here, and I think when we get out to the early lead, we get a little complacent. Obviously we can't allow that to happen. So hopefully they learn to play with the lead here. Obviously we have to be better in the second and third period.
Carlos Forneris has been a welcome addition, really opening up the offense. He's had a handful of assists now, tied for the team lead in the category, added his 3rd goal last night. What's made him such a big addition to this group this year?
Yeah, obviously he's a really good hockey player. Offensively he's really talented with the puck on his stick. He's obviously, I think one of the higher-end guys in this league. For him, it's just, play without the puck and, again, habits, details, and, obviously he's a guy that's a huge contributor, and he's a big part of our team, so I'm happy for him.
I want to talk to you about special teams as well. It seems there's a staunch juxtaposition. While the penalty kill has been very, very good and has kept your team in games at points, the power play still seems to be struggling to be consistent. Has there been any emphasis this week in practice on making sure special teams are top-notch going up against this Macon group?
Well, our power play is 5th or 4th in the league. Did you know that?
5th in the league, correct.
And you think that's bad?
I think it's right there in the middle with 8 power play goals scored so far this season.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's been fine. And obviously our penalty kill has been really good. Obviously we got some guys that know how to kill penalties. So just plugging along and, hopefully get better each game here.
Jason Pawlowski continues to be an asset for you guys in net. He remains the top of the league in goals against average, 2nd in the league in save percentage. Can you put into words just how special he's been?
Yeah, really special. He's, like I allude to all the time, he's probably one of the most competitive people I've ever met, and, he allows us to win hockey games. So as long as he does that, he's going to play the majority of the games here, and, I'm happy for him. I think he's earned this right, so hopefully he can keep it going.
It's Macon Group still looking for their first win on the season. What do you expect to see out of them?
Honestly, I give that team a lot of credit. I give their coach a lot of credit because, obviously I would assume they're a little bit of a fragile group here without having a win in regulation. But, every time we play them, for 3 periods, they come out and they work their tails off. And, to be honest, they give us a game each time. And, they're certainly not a team that we can go out and just drop the puck and play. We have to have structure. We have to compete, and we have to be detailed because they work their asses off. So, I expect the same tonight from them.
Coach, thanks for your time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
He's the head coach of the Fayetteville Marksmen, Corey Melkert. We'll be right back with more Marksman pregame after these messages. This is Fayetteville Marksmen Hockey. Hey you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksmen Hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksmen road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If it's gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more.
Hey, it's Goldie from Good Morning Fayetteville for St. Peter Pest Control. They've been doing my pest control services all summer, and it's been wonderful not to have to deal with ants or mosquitoes the last few months. All that money I saved in calamine lotion. Ray and Preston St. Peter show up, they spray outside, but they also do in-home pest control. So if you have roaches or, dare I say, rodents, they'll take care of them as well, because the last thing you need is unwanted visitors making a nest in your Christmas decorations up in the attic. Call St. Peter Pest Control. They send all your bugs and pests to see St. Peter.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more. We welcome you back to Marksman Pre. Welcome back inside the Crown Coliseum. Drew Blevins with you. Let's go ahead and have a look at tonight's groups here inside the Crown Coliseum as the Macon Mayhem are in town to take on the Fayetteville Marksmen. It'll be Michael Stiliadis who's going to get the start in net tonight for the Macon Mayhem. And don't misconstrue this. I think this is an important start for Stiliadis, but it's not as if he's cementing himself as the #1 goaltender here in Macon. Dylan Kelly has been the stalwart. I thought he played well last night. The problem for the Mayhem is they have really struggled and stumbled coming out of the gate far too many times for their own good. This season, the Mayhem have allowed 20 first-period goals. And when you're going out and coming back after 20 minutes worth of play, and it seems like you're always down, it's really difficult to climb that ladder to get back in the hockey game. When you put this game on reset from last night and you take away the Marksman's empty net goal, it's actually Macon who wins the game 2-1. And I think Corey Melker did a nice job of talking about how razor-thin that margin is, especially with this Macon group, because the Mayhem are close. They're a team that has competed tightly, especially with the Marksmen, and now in meeting number 5 of 13 between these two teams this season, they're going to look for that little added extra push in order to get over the hump. For the Fayetteville Marksmen, it's going to be an emotional night. It always comes with Hockey Fights Cancer Weekend and how important the fight is against this terrible disease. And I think it's going to be something to keep a close eye on is, do the Marksmen have that added extra momentum and that little added extra push because of playing in front of the home crowd, something they've only done 4 times so far this season? Do they garner a little bit of extra energy? And in my experience and from what we saw yesterday, the answer to the question is yes, absolutely they do. The Marksmen have now scored 3 or more first-period goals in 5 straight hockey games. That's nearly unheard of. They've scored more first-period goals this season than they have in the second and third period combined. So it'll be very interesting to see how things play out tonight because you can't expect to go out and score 3 in the first every single game you play, but it certainly is nice, and you want to continue that, and this will bleed into the better part of 3 weekends if the Marksmen find a way to do it again here this evening. The lone lineup change tonight for the Fayetteville Marksmen. Thomas Clayton is a healthy scratch, and Zach Boyle is reinserted into the lineup as the 10th forward. Let's pause one more time during Marksman pregame. We'll come right back with our keys to victory. This is Fayetteville Marksman Hockey.
Years they come out and they work their tails off, and
so many anthills everywhere. Did you know that a single ant can live to be 29 years old?
Really? Well, what about a married one?
Seriously?
But really, we need to fix the yard.
St. Peter Pest Control handles all your mosquitoes, ants, spiders, cockroaches, and even rodents. St. Peter Pest Control provides full home pest protection and consistent treatment of ants and mosquitoes in your yard, too. At St. Peter Pest Control, we send all your bugs to see St. Peter.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksman season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more. We welcome you back inside the Crown Coliseum in Fayetteville, North Carolina, where the Fayetteville Marksmen are mere moments away from dropping the puck against the Macon Mayhem in the 5th of 13 meetings between the two franchises this season. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to tonight's keys for victory. We'll start things off with the Macon Mayhem. This is a team that you can talk about a lot of different angles of attack. It's putting more shots on goal. It's being better on the breakout. It's finding a way to score on the power play, and we understand all those things. But I think to simplify that the most, it's complete your passes. Macon has a tendency to want to stretch the ice. They want to throw the puck all the way up into attacking ice, and they want to make the home run ball work multiple times a hockey game. And while it did work for them to score their first goal in the first period yesterday, that's not a consistent play. And for Zach Desjardins and Gaetano Moitano, it's one of those things that you've got to find a way to shorten the distance between your forwards and defensemen, and you've got to make high percentage passes. The puck can't always go straight up the middle. You're going to have to utilize the boards. You're going to have to find a way to make the ice a more manageable space. And if they can do that, I think that fixes a lot of their problems. So shortening the passes and making them high probability passes is an important thing for Macon. The other thing is, I think they have to be the team to keep their discipline again like they were yesterday. It kind of waned on them a little bit in the third period because they did have a couple of power play opportunities. But the Mayhem have to win the special teams battle. They have yet to score a power play goal in 11 games played so far this season, and that's trouble. You have to be good on your power play, and you have to be good on your penalty kill. But in order to get those statistics up, you've got to give yourself opportunities. Looking at it for the hometown Fayetteville Marksmen, starting early is critical, but I think the biggest key, and Corey Melkert talked about it in his pregame interview, finish the game. The last two periods yesterday were not good for the Marksmen. They weren't able to put as many shots on goal. They weren't able to put as many pucks by Dylan Kelly, and that's a problem. They've got to find a way to finish the game as well as they start them. And you heard Corey Melkert say it. Maybe this is just a Fayetteville group that is a first-period hockey team, and it's terrifying when you hear your own coach say that, because that means there's a seed of an identity being planted, and that's not who the Fayetteville Marksmen want to be. The second thing that I think they're looking for is defend better. While the Mayhem didn't have a ton of opportunities yesterday, it seemed like every time the Marksmen had a breakdown, it was a catastrophic breakdown. They allow a 2-on-1 behind them, score. Scott Koash comes in on a partial breakaway in the third period, score. The Marksmen have to find a way to be a better defending team throughout all 60 minutes, and if you're going to have a breakdown, it cannot be an all four wheels fall off the wagon type of breakdown. That'll do it for us in Marksman pregame. Puck drop between Fayetteville and Macon is next. Hey you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksmen hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksmen road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more. Good evening and welcome inside the Crown Coliseum in Fayetteville, North Carolina for Game 2 of a 2-game set between the Fayetteville Marksmen and the Macon Mayhem. Hi everybody, I'm Drew Blevins. Delighted to have you with us on a Chamber of Commerce Saturday night here in the All-American City. The Fayetteville Marksmen looking to make it 5 straight wins against the Macon Mayhem to start the season tonight. This is a Macon group that they will play 13 times throughout the course of the season. 8 more remaining after tonight's contest. The Marksmen are in their specialty purple uniforms for Hockey Fights Cancer Weekend. Those will be auctioned off live on site after the game. The Macon Mayhem are in their road gray uniforms, white numericals, navy breezers, and gray socks. For the Fayetteville Marksmen, a meaningful game as they try to keep up with the Knoxville Ice Bears, who scored a giant victory last night over the Vermilion County Bobcats to advance to 8-2-1, 17 standings points on the season. The Marksmen just behind them at 8-3-0 with 16 standings points. Macon has only 1 point. It came in a shootout loss to the Marksmen on October 29th. They are 0-8 in regulation this season. Taylor McCloy will take the opening draw against Brendan Hussey. Mark Duncan is our referee. He'll drop the puck. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this one from Fayetteville. At the far side boards, the marksman will grab the puck. You'll see the different markings on the ice for those of you following along on Hockey TV. Last night after the game, fans were invited to come down to the ice to paint names of loved ones and inspirational messages to continue the fight against cancer on this Hockey Fights Cancer weekend presented by Tiago Title. Taylor Best backhands to the far side boards. This is chipped up there at the red line before it's returned into the zone by Kyle Soper. And the first line change of the game for the Macon Mayhem, 35 seconds into period number 1. The Marksmen scored less than a minute into the contest yesterday as Scott Coash takes the puck at the red line and backhands up to the near side wing. This is Don Carter Jr., roughly separated from the puck by Sam Storman. He'll push the puck back for Vincenzo Renda. It's a new defensive pairing getting the start for the Marksmen in this evening's contest. Brian Etter on the backhand looked to move it up to the near side boards. Instead, it's pulled back, and the Marksmen will have to get set for the oncoming Macon breakout. This is somewhere the Mayhem have struggled this year. We told you about it in Marksman pregame. Shortening the passing routes and creating high percentage completion opportunities with the passes. Joseph Drape look unable to handle this one as it comes up the near side boards. Jarrett Cupp does have to retrieve it at center. Poking at it and trying to move it around him is Devin Brink. Eventually, Bryce Farrell wins it forward. He has his family in the stands here in Fayetteville this weekend. Always fun to see players have their families down to the All-American City to enjoy these home contests. Farrell with a long wrist shot, caught and held on to by Michael Stiliadis with 18:14 to go in the first period. And let's go ahead and tell you about tonight's starting goaltenders. Jason Pulowski gets the nod for the Marksmen. He is 7-1 on the season. He is the league leader in goals against average at 1.38, and he is 1 percentage point off the league lead in save percentage at 9.35. Eric Levine hopped over him at 9.36 last night as Peoria fell in the shootout to Huntsville, with the Havoc setting the new SPHL record for the best single season start in history. Brian Kerrigan down the near side boards, lost the puck in the corner. Harrison Harper tries to break it out off the far boards, and ricochets off his skate, and the Marksmen are able to get it out. Carried into the zone and dumped in by FX Girard. Girard out of Westfield State, crushed by Taylor Cutting on the end boards. The puck bounces over to Harrison Harper. He shoots through the traffic. It's blocked. He gets it on the clearing attempt, but Chase DeBari takes it from him. The Mayhem look to settle. DeBari tried to find Brendan Hussey at the near wing. This is going to roll off the near boards all the way down below the goal line, and this is icing. 17:31 to go in this first period, with the Marksmen leading the hockey game. The face-off will be to the glove side of Michael Stiliadis. This one bounces off the far side boards and is rolled low to Brian Moore. Tried to step into his shot, but was unable to as the puck works to the far wing. Taken there by the Mayhem and backhanded just around the blue line, so the Marksmen will have to reset. This is Jarrett Cupp, who gives to the near wing, Taylor Best. Tried to move it up for Taylor McCloy, and he's unable to get the puck anywhere near an attacking zone as the battle continues up the near side boards. Marksman will dump it back in. Brian Kerrigan to chase. 3 minutes gone by in this first period. The score remains 0-0 between Fayetteville and Macon. A headman pass that was intended for Brett Menton, and he had the route jumped, so the Marksmen begin the attack the other way. Best on the backhand looks for Brian Moore. The saucer pass was still high. He's unable to get good wood to it, and Don Carter Jr. flings it back out to center. Fayetteville corrals the puck there. As two Mayhem ran into each other. That was Menton alongside of Don Carter. Knocked the puck free, and Taylor Best has it at the far board. Slides a pass into the middle. The route jumped. Here comes Cody Rogers, the defenseman, to the far boards. This will be dumped in by Devin Brink, who's looking for Caleb Cameron in the near side corner boards. Cameron eventually wins the battle for it as Don Oliveri roughly separates him from the puck. To Brian Moore, who will send this one way up in the air. And that is out of play, and this may be a penalty. Officials are going to talk this one over. Brian Moore got under that puck. He lifted it almost up to the writing on the top of the scoreboard. I don't think it hit anything, and that would put the Marksmen on the Freddy's penalty kill. It's a delay of game penalty. Now we're going to see if the officials can identify the correct player. That would be a penalty against Brian Moore. He took one yesterday. And that's exactly who's going to take a seat. So the Marksmen are going to go a man down, 3:59 into this opening period. Moore for delay of game. And that'll set up the Macon Mayhem on their 32nd power play opportunity of the season. It'll send the Fayetteville Marksmen to the Freddy's penalty kill. You can visit Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers on Ramsey Street, and when you come to a Marksman game and the Marksmen kill off a penalty, everyone in attendance wins a free custard courtesy of Freddy's. Told you in Marksman pregame that Macon has struggled mightily on the power play. They're 0 for 31 this season. The only team in the SPHL without a power play goal. Now a shorthanded opportunity. Don Oliveri off to the races. Deeks holds and scores. A little head fake, a little stick handle, a slide to the far goal post under the arm of Michael Stiliadis. 1-0 on the shorthanded marker for the Marksmen. Don Oliveri had a slow start to the season offensively, but in the last 4 hockey games, he's scored 3. A shorthanded marker for Oliveri with the time of the goal as 4:37. And the fans are going to love it here. No assists as Oliveri scores a shorthanded goal for Fayetteville. If memory serves, that's their first of the season. Here's a bid from the point of the power play by Brian Etter that's easily sticked aside by Pulaski. And the Marksmen promptly are able to clear it back out to center. Don Oliveri out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Didn't play high-profile college hockey at Nazareth College. Backdoor pass. Score! Scott Coash, who has been a thorn in the side of the Marksmen all year long, is going to have the first power play goal of the season for the Macon Mayhem, and he will tie this hockey game 1-1 less than a minute after Oliveri gave the Marksmen the lead. Scott Coash's 3rd goal of the season, and just as we were lauding Don Oliveri, the elder statesman in this Marksman locker room, for a strong showing offensively in the last sample of hockey games, the Macon Mayhem are able to score their first power play goal of the year. But much more importantly for the Mayhem, they're not allowing the game to fall out of their reach in the first handful of moments here. Off the far side boards, this puck is going to roll. It will miss the goal, but icing was waved by the far linesman, so the Marksmen will begin the breakout. Don Oliveri and Scott Coash, the goal scorers. This could be a 2-on-1 for the Marksmen. A pass into the middle of the rink intended for Brian Moore is knocked away, and the Mayhem survive to center. Alexi Girard carrying the puck here. He's in a new uniform tonight, wearing number 2 for the Marksmen instead of his number 8, because his number 8 was given away in the jersey off the back raffle in yesterday's contest. Marley Quince knocked off the puck by Taylor Cutting, and Devin Brink will dump it in. Jarrett Cupp turns away from pressure, finds Carlos Forneris, who will leave it into open space as Marley Quince drives. His wrist shot blocked off of Kyle Soper. The rebound taken by Forneris. He toe drags into the middle of the rink, but had the puck taken away from him. Marksmen hold the line. Pass to the near face-off circle. Oliveri holding, teeing it up again. Unable to get it to go. Rebound chance. Still stays out. Somehow, Stiliadis, with help from his defenders, keeps that puck from going in as Oliveri nearly had his second of the hockey game. 12:58 to go in the first period. 1-1 Macon and the Marksmen tied up. Back after this. Hey you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksmen hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksmen road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions. Welcome back inside the Crown Coliseum. Drew Blevins with you. 12:58 to go in the first period. The Macon Mayhem and the Fayetteville Marksmen knotted up 1-1. Official goal-scoring lines are as follows. Don Oliveri unassisted, 4:33 into the first period. Less than a minute later, Scott Koash, his third of the season, from Cody Rogers and Chase DeBari, 5:20 into the first period. And as we told you, that's a big answer for the Mayhem, who have ensured we'll see at least another goal scored here this evening. Joseph Drapelook, trapped in his own zone, has to work to the far wing. He was trying to hit Curtis Hansen, who was just added to the roster last week. Joseph Drapelook whacking after the puck. Wyatt Noski there to dig it out. Noski's been somebody who's had a sneaky good past couple of hockey games. He scored in 2 straight. The Marksmen have it at the near sideboards in their attacking zone. Push to the near blue line. Vincent Renda gives it out to the far side. Here's a shot through traffic. Stiliadis kicks it out with the far leg pad. And now Hansen gets to it. He'll lay it forward toward DeBari. A water bottle came out of the Marksman bench and the puck hit it. That's going to give us a whistle. Gives us an opportunity to discuss what's going on with the Marksman rosters. Vincenzo Renda was added this week. Only one change to the lineup tonight for the Marksmen. That is Thomas Clayton is a healthy scratch, and Zach Boyle is back in the lineup for Fayetteville this evening. And we'll tell you more about Zach Boyle here in a minute. It has been an emotional ride this week, especially with the theme of this weekend, and we'll get more into that throughout the course of this broadcast. Here's a shot back toward the net, wide of the near goal post as Pulaski was out and challenging. Brian Moore to Taylor McCloy. The pass hops a stick. That allows Rogers to get it. His shot blocked by a diving McCloy who's stung by it. He took that one up high, reaching up at his face, and Kyle Sherrill will receive him at the Marksman bench. Meanwhile, the puck skips to the far boards. Taylor Best makes a move that sends Scott Koash spinning to the ice. He pitchforks it sky high up in the air. Brian Moore looking to hold it. He was unable to, because instead Nigel Slade got a stick to it. The Mayhem have it at the far wing. They'll get it to the red line and no further as Moore spins back with a puck. Finds Alexi Girard, who slides the pass into the middle. This is Marley Quince. Drops a pass for Taylor Best. Gives it to the middle. A one-timer. Scores! Carlos Forneris. 2-1 Fayetteville. Well, we had told you that Carlos Forneris was turning in to be quite the acquisition for the Fayetteville Marksmen. How do you like that? Forneris has now scored in 3 straight games for the Marksmen, his 4th goal of the season, with Marley Quince and Taylor Best scoring the assists. Forneris taken down from behind. Marley Quince has the puck, gives to Renda, who will find Quince again. He toe drags. The Marksmen still have possession of it, almost miraculously. Chase DeBari will touch, and this is going to be a tripping penalty against the Mayhem. going to be Taylor Cutting who will have a seat. And that'll put the Marksmen on the St. Peter Pest Control power play, with the penalty coming 9-12 into the first period. St. Peter Pest Control provides year-round pest control solutions. Send all your bugs to see St. Peter. Marksmen this season are 7 for 42 on the man advantage. They nearly had their 8th as that one went ringing off the near goal post. Oliveri looking for his 2nd. Big chance for the Marksmen to extend their 3-goal first period streak to 6. Don Carter Jr. gets in front of Don Oliveri's shot. Marley Quince twirls and finds Don Oliveri. Oliveri to Quince, brings the head of the red line, now steps forward to the blue line at the near side wing. Backhands to Oliveri as sticks converge, and this will bounce all the way back to Marksman defensive ice. Quince hangs onto the puck with 2-man pressure. Slade and Cameron. Nigel Slade has it. His wrist shot bounces off a stick into the netting and out of play. 9:54 to go in the first period. Timeout on the ice. Will take it with him with his score. The Marksmen 2, the Mayhem 1.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
$9:54 to go in the first period. The Fayetteville Marksmen on the St. Peter Pest Control power play. 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Marksmen, who have the league's 5th best power play. Meanwhile, for the Mayhem, they've killed 30 penalties out of 37 they've taken so far this season. It's good for just a touch over 81%. That's 8th in the SPHL. And that should tell you just how good some of these penalty kills are right now. The Marksmen have the 2nd best penalty kill in the league, operating at 90.2%. But they did allow a goal just a couple of minutes ago, the first power play marker of the season for the Macon Mayhem. Scott Koash who scored it. The Marksmen looking for a little more. Here's Farrell, one-hands it toward the net. It's loose of the goal crease. Stiliadis finds it and freezes it. It's a good move by Bryce Farrell out of SUNY Potsdam. And as you follow along with hockey, especially at the SPHL level, you'll find out that a lot of these State University of New York schools, well, they're highly intertwined. They have their own conference that they play in. It's one of those things that you wear as a badge of honor, really. Corey Melkert's another one of the SUNY products. He played at Fredonia. Out to the far sideboards. Marksmen will bring it into attacking ice with 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Held on to by FX Girard, who backhands to the far blue line. Cup playing pitch and catch with Girard. He's quarterbacking the power play here. Cup slides to the far side wing. Gets it back up at the top. Cup head fakes, finds Brian Moore. He steps in, makes a move, passes to the far face-off circle. FX Girard's shot is cut down by Dylan Kelly. Behind the net, a puck went sky high up in the air. It bounced off the back of Bryce Farrell. Now to Jarrett Cup as the penalty expires. We go back to five-a-side hockey. Moore taken down by Joseph Drapelick, who was unable to clear. Jarrett Cup now drops for Bryce Farrell. He winds and fires a slap shot off the chest of Stiliadis. He'll corral and melt with 8:37 to go in the first period. $8:37 to go, first period, 2-1. Marksman in the driver's seat. Back to five-a-side hockey as the Mayhem kill the only penalty they've taken in the hockey game. Backhanded low. Forneris finds Zach Boyle in his first shift of the evening. Pushes to the point. Storman will give to Vincenzo Renda, who wipes it down the near side boards. All the way to the far side corner, Marley Quintz was the recipient of a rather hard hit. He was able to give it right back. Now has it at the far goal post. Stiliadis looked to freeze it, but couldn't trap the puck. Taken by Carlos Forneris. He gives to Sam Storman. He fires a slapper that's kicked away by Dylan Kelly. Now held on to by the Marksmen at the near sideboards. Boyle backhands, long shot through traffic, all the way from the blue line. Stiliadis catches and holds. .7:47 to go in the first period. 2-1 the score. The Marksmen have outshot the Mayhem 10-3 in this hockey game as Oliveri floats one toward the net. It's blocked, and here comes Koash. This could be a 3-on-2. Koash backhands it toward Pulaski, easily sniffed out. Taylor Cutting knocked it across the blue line, but he was at center ice when he did. Delayed offside, everybody touches up, and the Marksmen begin the breakout after one-man pressure. A good head fake by Oliveri as he goes down, one-handing the puck behind the net to McCloy. He looks into the slot, and he puts it into the cuff of the blocker of Stiliadis, who will hold for a whistle with 7:19 to go in the first. Face-off will be to the blocker side of Stiliadis with 7:19 to go in the first period. And the score 2-1, the Marksmen in the driver's seat. Carlos Forneris right now has the difference-making goal. And as we've told you, in each of the last 5 games, Fayetteville has found a way to score 3 or more in the first period. May have an opportunity here down the near wing. McCloy gives to the slot. Oliveri fires a quick wrist shot off of Taylor Cutting. The puck squirts back out to center, and it's laid forward to Devin Brink. He brings it in down the right wing side. A quick wrist shot as he's finished into the end boards. That's a huge hit. And now a chance for Brian Moore. This could be another 2-on-1. Moore with McCloy driving from the far face-off circle. He holds, shoots, and scores! Brian Moore, 3-1 Fayetteville. Brian Moore with his second goal in as many games. He had an empty netter at the tail end of the hockey game yesterday. Makes no mistake on the 2-on-1 as he finds a little bit of daylight and slides it by Michael Stiliadis. And for the 6th straight game, the Fayetteville Marksmen have scored 3 goals in the first period. They may be looking for more. Farrell drops a pass to Alexis Girard. It hops over his stick and will head back in the general direction of Pulaski. Brian Moore will tell you that that's his first quote-unquote real goal in the SPHL. You always get razzed if you scored on an empty netter. Well, he made that one count. As Brendan Hussey twirls one toward the net off the stick of Harrison Harper and out of play. 6:05 to go in the first period. We find ourselves exactly where we were yesterday at this point in the first period, 3-1. A roar from the crowd is always when the Marksmen score 3 goals at home. Everybody in attendance goes home with a coupon for a free taco from El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, with 4 locations serving the greater Sand Hills area. This is Marley Quintz driving around the net. As he works to the far boards, finds Sam Storman near face-off circle. A quick wrist shot knocked away by Stiliadis, who had to go off the cheater pad of his glove. Scooped up here by Swiderski, who swings it into the middle. Looks for Cody Rogers. He's able to move it up to Mike Swiderski. Swiderski lays it into the slot. He was looking for a cutting Rogers who got tied up on the play, but the Mayhem are able to hold the puck in the zone. Mike Swiderski at the near wing. Backhands to the near blue line. Koash's shot off the body of Marley Quince, and here come the Marksmen. Quince gains the red line, chips a backhand or off the far wall, and it will end up below the goal line while the rest of the Marksman group gets off on a line change. Taylor Best provides one-man pressure. Kyle Soper slides a pass directly up center to Caleb Cameron. He's in on a breakaway. Quick snap wrister. Cut down by Pulaski. The rebound, a score. Devin Brink followed the shot, and I'm not so sure if he got good wood on it or if it hit off of his shin pad, but it takes 2 hops and skips around Pulaski to make it a 3-2 hockey game. For any of you young hockey players that might be watching along on Hockey TV and you want to know why you crashed the net, that's why. It's not going to be a pretty goal for Devin Brink. It's not going to be one that makes the highlight reel. But that's just a grimy goal. When you go to the net, good things happen. And now the Mayhem are in a position to tie the hockey game. 3-on-2, given to the far face-off circle, but a rolling puck hops over the stick of Curtis Hanson. Well, you can count me as somebody who did not expect this game to be a shootout in the first period. But Zach Desjardins has had his team ready. They've taken some blows, and unlike yesterday and in the previous games in this series, they've given them back early. Cutting dropped as Matt McNair backhands to Brian Moore. Moore hit right between the numbers by Brian Kerrigan. Puck is jostled free and a good hit by Bryce Farrell. Brian Moore to Alexi Girard. He swings to the far point. Now back to Moore near face-off circle. Backdoor pass blocked. Now Girard fires. Knocked away by Stiliadis and cleared where Vincenzo Renda will have to go chase for Fayetteville. To the near side boards, Alexi Girard breaks it out through center as he was looking for McNair. Has to swing it back for Renda, who has it at the far wing. Spanks a pass off the Marksman bench sideboards, and the Marksmen have it in attacking ice. Here's a one-timer from FX Girard. It's a difficult block to make, but Brian Kerrigan makes it nonetheless. He looks up for Mike Swiderski. He has it at the left wing hash mark in attacking ice. They'll work in the far corner as Harrison Harper is able to peel away with the puck. 3:20 to go in the first period. Carlos Forneris drives down the near wing, gives a pass into the middle for FX Girard. He curls it back toward the net. It goes off of a body. Scott Koash will take the puck and try to settle things down behind the net. Koash looks all the way up to the red line. Pass initially blocked, but Don Carter does a good job to get it into attacking ice and allow the rest of his group to get off on a change. Marley Quinn skates around of Caleb Cameron. Now splits the defense and gets around of Nigel Slade. A drop pass to the point. Harper, product of Nipissing, played his college hockey in Canada's U Sports League. Now Devin Brink. This could be an opportunity. 3-on-2. Brink, the most recent goal scorer, looks into the middle for Caleb Cameron. This one goes off the near side boards and bounces all the way out to Jarrett Cupp, who had it at center for a moment. He loses the puck. Slid to the near wing. Quince will hang on to the puck, gains the red line, shoots it into the far corner where awaiting that was Bryce Farrell. He's run off the puck by Slade, and the Mayhem have it down the far wing. This is Hanson, who backhanded as he was looking for a cutting Brendan Hussey, who's quietly been good. Hussey's going to get an opportunity off an awkward bounce. His shot goes sailing off of his stick and off the back glass. Curtis Hanson will take it there for the Mayhem. Pass to the slot. Hussey wasn't ready for it. Picked up by the Marksmen, and they'll bring it all the way up ice. We've got a delayed penalty. I believe it's going to go on Brian Etter. This is Brian Moore for Fayetteville. Moore stick handles a couple of times. Finds his man at the near side face-off circle. Spinning with it was Zach Boyle, and finally the Mayhem touch. 1 minute and 39 seconds to go in the first period. We'll tell you about the penalty when we come back. With the score, the Fayetteville Marksmen 3, the Macon Mayhem 2.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Minute and 39 seconds to go in the first period. Fayetteville Marksmen 3, the Macon Mayhem 2. Brian Etter in the box for high sticking. The penalty comes 18-11 into the first period. And the Marksmen go back onto the St. Peter Pest Control power play for the second time in the hockey game. Pass goes all the way up to the point. Fornaris was the one to send it, and this is going to be sent a hair too far as Oliveri has to go retrieve for Fayetteville. Corey Melkert said he thought his power play was, quote, fine. They are fifth in the league, operating at 16.7%. Far side wing, a long wrist shot, sticked away by Stiliadis as Marley Quince gets to the rebound. Finds his man far corner. The Marksmen begin the setup again. Oliveri fires a one-timer into the gut of Stiliadis. He won't give a second chance. Minute and 16 seconds remaining in the minor. Penalty to Brian Etter. The face-off will be to his glove side. Matt McNair to take the draw for the Marksmen. He loses it, and the Mayhem are able to lift it all the way down the length of the ice. Stopped behind the net by Pulaski. And a stretch pass misses everybody. Icing away by the back linesman as Cutting was run into by Bryce Farrell. That puck must have been tipped on the way out because it looked like Cutting was ahead of his man. Now Moore makes a move, slides a pass to the slot looking for Farrell. Missed his stick, 20 seconds to go in the first period. Oliveri shovels to the far side boards. He'll call for it, is unable to keep this one in attacking ice, and the Marksmen have to regroup in their own zone. Brian Moore, maybe time for one last rush with 7 seconds to go. Makes a move to the middle of the ice, had the puck knocked away from him by Taylor Cutting, sent the length of the rink, and that is where the first period comes to a close. Shots on goal through period number 1 for the Fayetteville Marksmen, 15, and for the Macon Mayhem, 6. Through 20 minutes of regulation, the Fayetteville Marksmen lead the Macon Mayhem 3-2. We'll be right back after these messages with our first period intermission report. This is Marksman Hockey.
Hey you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksman Hockey on Hockey. And get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksman road game this year. That's Hockey TV /subscriptions.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world. of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more. We welcome you back to Marksman Pregame. Drew Blevins alongside the head coach of the Fayetteville Marksmen, Corey Melkert. Coach, you get a 5-2 win last night. For the fifth straight game, you score 3 or more goals in the first period. What's been the key to having such a strong start?
I wish we could carry it out throughout the whole 60, but maybe I guess we're just a first period team. But, good starts are obviously key, and it, allows us to hang on. So hopefully we get the same start tonight.
You kind of alluded to it. The final 40 minutes have not been nearly as good as the next 20. What does it take to be able to follow that effort through, to be able to get that full 60-minute effort?
Habits, details, competing, obviously 3 big words that, we say a lot around here. And I think when we get out to the early lead, we get a little complacent. And, obviously we can't allow that to happen. So hopefully they learn to play with the lead here. Obviously we have to be better in the second and third period.
Carlos Forneris has been a welcome addition, really opening up the offense. He's had a handful of assists, now tied for the team lead in the category, added his 3rd goal last night. What's made him such a big addition to this group this year?
Yeah, obviously he's a really good hockey player. Offensively he's really talented with the puck on his stick. He's, obviously I think one of the higher end guys in this league. For him it's just, play without the puck, and again, habits, details, and, obviously he's a guy that's a huge contributor and he's a big part of our team, so I'm happy for him.
I want to talk to you about special teams as well. It seems there's a staunch juxtaposition. While the penalty kill has been very, very good and it has kept your team in games at points, the power play still seems to be struggling to be consistent. Has there been any emphasis this week in practice on making sure special teams are top-notch going up against this Macon group?
Well, our power play is 5th or 4th in the league. Did you know that?
5th in the league, correct.
And you think that's bad?
I think it's right there in the middle with 8 power play goals scored so far this season.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's been fine. And obviously our penalty kill has been really good. Obviously we got some guys that know how to kill penalties. So just plugging along and, hopefully get better each game here.
Jason Pawlowski continues to be an asset for you guys in net. He remains the top of the league in goals against average, 2nd in the league in save percentage. Can you put into words just how special he's been?
Yeah, really special. He's, like I allude to all the time, he's probably one of the most competitive people I've ever met, and, he allows us to win hockey games. So as long as he does that, he's going to play the majority of the games here, and, I'm happy for him. I think he's earned this right, so hopefully he can keep it going.
It's Macon Group still looking for their first win on the season. What do you expect to see out of them?
Honestly, I give that team a lot of credit. I give their coach a lot of credit because, obviously I would assume they're a little bit of a fragile group here without having a win in regulation. But, every time we play them, for 3 periods, they come out and they work their tails off. And, to be honest, they give us a game each time. And, they're certainly not a team that we can go out and just drop the puck and play. We have to have structure. We have to compete, and we have to be detailed because they work their asses off. So, I expect the same tonight from them.
Coach, thanks for your time. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
He's the head coach of the Fayetteville Marksmen. Right back with more Marksman pregame after these messages. This is Fayetteville Marksmen Hockey. Hey you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksmen Hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksmen road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more.
We welcome you back inside the Crown Coliseum. Drew Blevins with you. Got an opportunity to hear from head coach Corey Melkert there. An enlightening interview. I think that little bit of spunkiness you had heard on the power play is one where he is defending his team. He's going to stand up for this group, and I think that's an important thing to recognize within what Corey Melkert is doing. And I like that. I don't mind as a journalist having coaches buck up against the questions. The one thing that's deceptive about that is the Marksmen were able to score a couple of times on a major power play in Birmingham. So that execution isn't quite the statistic it seems. But nonetheless, here the Marksmen are with 22 seconds remaining on their second power play of the night. They are 0 for 1. They do come through on special teams with a shorthanded goal from Don Oliveri that kicks off the scoring. They then give up a power play goal, the first power play goal of the year for the Macon Mayhem. Those goals separated by a grand total of 43 seconds. And as I told you in the broadcast, and I think it is worth mentioning again, the Marksmen have come out strong, and the Mayhem have been forced into a position where they're absorbing punches, but they gave one of their own right back. And I think that's something to keep a very close eye on. It seems like there's a different energy with this Macon Mayhem team, and that goes a long, long, long way. And I'll be interested to see what happens throughout the rest of this hockey game if the Mayhem have enough energy and gusto to keep up as the game goes on. Of course, killing 22 seconds off of this penalty is going to start things out rather well, and you want to complete that kill. The rest of the scoring in that period for the Marksmen, Carlos Forneris from Marley Quinson, Taylor Best. Then Brian Moore scores, marking the 6th straight game where the Fayetteville Marksmen have scored 3 or more in the opening period. And that's a huge mark. That's nearly unheard of in any level of professional hockey, so I think it's important to keep an eye on that. But then at the end of the period, Devin Brink crashes the net and is able to put the puck by Jason Pulaski. And that came off of a Caleb Cameron breakaway rebound. Cameron wasn't really expecting the pass, but it kind of squeaks to him between his legs, and all of a sudden, there it is. He's unable to convert. Devin Brink crashing the net does. And we have had an offensive shootout here on Saturday night in Fayetteville. 3-2 the score after one period of play. We're going to step aside for a quick commercial break. Coming back from it, we'll take you for a quick spin around the SPHL tonight. This is Marksman Hockey.
Hey, it's Goldie from Good Morning Fayetteville for St. Peter Pest Control. They've been doing my pest control services all summer, and it's been wonderful not to have to deal with ants or mosquitoes the last few months. All that money I saved in calamine lotion. Ray and Preston St. Peter show up, they spray outside, but they also do in-home pest control. So if you have roaches or, dare I say, rodents, they'll take care of them as well, because the last thing you need is unwanted visitors making a nest in your Christmas decorations up in the attic. Call St. Peter Pest Control. They send all your bugs and pests to see St. Peter.
Marky?
Carolina's Dentists offers the best in oral care and technology.
Hope you're brushing twice a day like we discussed. And don't forget to make that 6-month appointment, okay? We'd like to keep those pretty white teeth looking good for you.
Come experience positively different dentistry at Carolina's Dentist, the official dentist of the Fayetteville Marksmen. Drew, hey you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksmen hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksmen road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more.
We welcome you back inside the Crown Coliseum. Drew Blevins with you, about 6 minutes away from puck drop in period number 2. The Fayetteville Marksmen leading the Macon Mayhem 3-2 through 20 minutes of play. Let's go for a quick spin around the Southern Professional Hockey League. Nobody is in action right now, but dropping the puck here in about an hour or so. The Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs are in Evansville at the Ford Center taking on the Thunderbolts. The Rail Yard Dogs on a little bit of a heater right now. They've won 3 straight dating back to last weekend, including their most important win and their biggest win of the season last night over the same Thunderbolts group. Knoxville will return the favor by heading to Vermilion County after the Bobcats got throttled at the hands of the Ice Bears yesterday. This is a Knoxville team that is really, really good and coming into their own. They're only improving. They've got the offensive talent. They've also got 2 capable netminders in Christian Stead and Jimmy Parita. Knoxville will be coming back to Fayetteville on December 5th for a Sunday afternoon one-off game. Quad City is in Pensacola this evening as the Storm look to keep pace with the Huntsville Havoc, and the Havoc are on the road at Carver Arena in Peoria to take on the Rivermen in a game that had a lot of emotion last night. It looked like Peoria was going to end Huntsville's historic win streak, and it did not happen as Huntsville comes back and wins in a shootout. From around the world of college football, this was a shocker this afternoon as the Clemson Tigers take down the Wake Forest Demon Deacons 48-27, and the NC State Wolfpack have a 38-17 lead on the Clemson Tigers. If that result holds, NC State needs a win and a Wake Forest loss, and they will have the ACC Atlantic title and a date with the Pittsburgh Panthers in Charlotte on the line for the first weekend in December. Couple of other scores from around the top 25 on this college football Saturday. Late in the fourth quarter, the number 2 Alabama Crimson Tide leading Arkansas 42-28. Michigan handling Maryland 59-18. Virginia trailing Pittsburgh 41-38, but the Cavaliers have the football looking to upset the Panthers on the road. UTSA trails UAB 31-28. Cincinnati handles SMU 48-7. BYU over Georgia Southern 34-17. And Baylor currently leading Kansas State 14-0, nearly halftime from out there in Manhattan, Kansas. Well, if you're wondering why it seems like there may be just a touch longer of an intermission happening, it's because there is, and we're stuck in a little bit of a penalty-killing situation trying to keep you all entertained. And I don't know if you can follow along on the screen. It looks like we're already back on the ice, but it's a good crowd here tonight in Fayetteville, and they love the Baby Shark song that is playing along in the background. Let's go ahead and pause for these messages from our corporate partners. We'll be right back with our second period puck drop. This is Marksman Hockey.
Marky?
Carolina's Dentist offers the best in oral care and technology.
Hope you're brushing twice a day like we discussed. And don't forget to make that 6-month appointment, okay? We'd like to keep those pretty white teeth looking good for you.
Come experience positively different dentistry at Carolina's Dentist, the official dentist of the Fayetteville Marksmen.
Hey, it's Goldie from Good Morning Fayetteville for St. Peter Pest Control. They've been doing my pest control services all summer, and it's been wonderful not to have to deal with ants or mosquitoes the last few months. All that money I saved in calamine lotion. Ray and Preston St. Peter show up, they spray outside, but they also do in-home pest control. So if you have roaches or, dare I say, rodents, they'll take care of them as well, because the last thing you need is unwanted visitors making a nest in your Christmas decorations up in the attic. Call St. Peter Pest Control. They send all your bugs and pests to see St. Peter.
We welcome you back inside the Crown Coliseum with both teams taking the ice for period number 2 in a game that is still close and has a lot left to be said in it. And a lot of that has to do with a well-prepared Macon group. They knew what they were going to face. And much to their credit, they have hung in for the majority of this hockey game. And when they went down 3-1, that was a moment where I thought to myself, right here is where you're going to see how good of a hockey game this is about to be. And Macon came back and scored. They scored the next goal. It's a 1-goal game. They do have 22 seconds of a Brian Etter minor for high sticking left to kill. But it's a game that's still right there for the taking for both of these two teams on the final day of Hockey Fights Cancer Weekend here in Fayetteville. Officials get the signal from the scorer's box that we're good to drop the puck. Let's go with the middle frame of regulation. And here are some statistics that may scare a couple of you that are following along if you're watching and pulling for the Fayetteville Marksmen. But this is one that kind of blows my mind because the Marksmen have had more second period shots than any other period. They've only scored 4 in the second period so far this season. Good drive to the far goal post here. Now a headman pass that could be a partial breakaway for Brian Etter out of the penalty box. It hops around him. Here's a pass to the slot. Well defended on the way through. Now Nigel Slade near face-off circle. Fans on the shot as the puck seems to be pinballing around. The Marksmen have it. Could be an odd man rush the other way. Slid to the slot. Here's Moore. Makes a move. Shoots. He scores! Brian Moore with his second of the evening, 4-2 Marksmen. Brian Moore immediately hopping in on the score sheet as what at one point looked like it was going to be a great opportunity for the Macon Mayhem. Brian Moore gets the pass and makes no mistake in finishing. 4-2 as this puck rolls onto Michael Stiliadis, and he'll cover. Brian Moore out of Charlotte, enjoying success here in his home state. Second goal of the game for the guy who has 55 career AHL games under his belt. Marley Quintz taking the draw for the Marksmen. A false start. Will reset and do it all over again as soon as the far wingers get set into hockey position. They do. Away we go. Pass into the middle. Quintz fans on the one-timer as the puck bounces into the near side corner. FX Girard sends it all the way around the boards. Taylor Best and Don Oliveri will pick up assists on the goal by Brian Moore. A little bouncing puck in the slot. Great toe drag, but one too many moves for Carlos Forneris, who wants to get his second of the night. The Marksmen tracking down the Mayhem in their own zone. Curtis Hansen sidesteps a body check, gets hauled down from behind by Forneris, somehow keeps the puck. Renda tried to bounce it off the left wing side boards. Line held. The Mayhem may have some space to work. Backhanded to the near corner. Hansen rubbed off the puck. And eventually Sam Storman will corral and possess a round of Scott Coash. Finds Vincenzo Renda, who will backhand to pass to Bryce Farrell as he's shouldered, banging bodies as he dumps it in down the near boards. Directly behind of Stiliadis. Great pressure here as Wyatt Noski forces the turnover behind the net. Brian Etter runs into his man, and the Marksmen move the puck up to the point. Harrison Harper slid it to the far wing. Now Matt McNair rolls it down the dasher. Behind the net, Bryce Farrell gets tied up by Taylor Cutting, who has both arms wrapped around him. Harper now with a long shot from Alexis Girard that pinballs wide into the near corner. Picked up into the air. This could be a delay of game, and it is. It's going to go against Scott Coash. He knew it as soon as the puck left his stick. And 2:25 into this second period, Macon goes down a man. Second delay of game penalty we've seen this evening. One taken by Brian Moore, 3:59 into the first period. Now Coash for delay of game. This will set the Marksmen up on their third St. Peter Pest Control power play of the night. St. Peter Pest Control provides year-round pest control solutions. Send all your bugs to see St. Peter. Marley Quintz will take the draw. The Marksmen will go to work on the power play. Carlos Forneris will feed the puck to Don Oliveri. It's a 4-forward look in this power play right now for the Marksmen as they will quickly go and look to overload on one side, and they want to set up that one-timer. Oliveri has got a hard-hitting slapper. Carlos Forneris with a quick trigger as well. And that's where Fayetteville has found success as Oliveri slams it into the attacking zone. The far side boards, this is a rolling puck that'll be scooped up and taken by Caleb Cameron. He's got nobody going with him, so he banks it off the near wall and chases the puck himself. Oliveri punishes him in the far corner, and Forneris gets to the puck. Carlos Forneris out of Miami, Florida. Backhands to the far wing, could be a chance. Drop pass, Quintz fires, Stiliadis says no with the blocker. Curtis Hansen, the first of the rebound, just does get it around Oliveri's stick out to center. The Marksmen will regroup and get off on a partial change. Taylor Best steps ahead of the blue line as he's knocked against the near side glass. Puck battle ensues. Joseph Drape looks stood up. Matt McNair has it in space. Gives to the near side. Farrell slides back door. Here's a shot. Great stop by Stiliadis with a pad. Rebound opportunity. Best turns and fires off of Cutting and high over top the net. Bryce Farrell sells the rebound on the far side corner. Farrell steps up toward the point. He'll give it off there. Calls for it again, but looking to the near face-off circle, FX Girard turns it to the point toward Jarrett Cupp. He wasn't ready for the pass. It misses his stick, and with 30 seconds to go in the power play, the Marksmen have to double time it back up the ice. FX Girard works his way to the right wing side corner. Gives off there to Bryce Farrell. He's knocked to his knees, gave the puck low. Cupp once again struggling to handle the puck, as this one will bounce all the way down to the Marksman defensive blue line. Picked up there is Matt McNair, pushes wide. Could be another opportunity. Brian Moore driving in, puts one on goal, but misses off the skirting of the net. Pitchforked up in the air, and out of the box comes Scott Coash. The puck just does bypass him. Jared Cupp is the first back. Vincenzo Renda will hold on to the puck directly in back of the goaltender. That's Jason Pulaski. Backhanded to the far wing sideboards. Here come the Marksmen. Laid forward, Wyatt Noski going chasing after it. Has the puck sticked away from him by Brian Etter, but not out. Marksman will keep it behind the net. Wyatt Noski works to the far corner now. Noski turns to the boards, sends a pass low for Marley Quince, who takes it to the goaltender's trapezoid and reverses to the near point. This is Renda, who slides a pass off the far side boards. It bounces to behind the net for Marley Quince, who's double teamed, gets away from it, had the puck poke checked off of his stick. Now Renda gets it on a little give and go play. His shot off the end wall. Sam Storman steps in to hold the line. Backhands it off the skirting of the net. Marley Quince gets to it with speed. Quince working his way around the pressuring Kyle Soper. Dropped the puck off. Coash takes it. This could be an odd man rush. Coash with a man going to the net. Holds and fires a long wrist shot. Caught by Pulaski. He won't give up a rebound. 14:26 to go in the second period. Brian Moore adds a tally for the Marksmen. They lead the Mayhem 4-2 as we near the halfway point of this one.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something
14:26 to go in the middle frame of play here from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Drew Blevins alongside with you on Hockey TV and the Marksman Radio Network. We thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday night. Face-off won by the Mayhem initially, but Fayetteville will take it and move it up to center. Taylor Best gets by one man, tries to get by a second, had to drop the puck for Brian Moore. It pinballs off of Nigel Slade, who will eventually corral and take it up the far wing. Slade almost stood up by Oliveri, who thought better of it and made a heady play not to commit an interference penalty there. The far side boards eventually steered up ice, and Brian Moore eludes one body check from Caleb Cameron, dumps it in as he gains the red line. Mayhem are the first team to it. Clean breakout pass to Caleb Cameron, who sweeps to his centerman and gets it right back. Cameron, around one, lost the puck up at center. Kyle Soper has a bouncing puck miss his stick. Now Moore headmans for Oliveri. Puts it into the slot. Hard hit delivered right in front of the net. And slow to get up is Taylor Best. Looks like Brian Kerrigan is causing some problems in front of the net with Best, who took a hard shoulder, and the puck really wasn't close. Now the Marksmen will have it again. Moore gives out to the wing for Best, gives to Oliveri in the middle. Had the puck hop over the blade of his stick toward Harrison Harper, who feeds it low, looking for Marley Quince. To the point, Harper walks into a shot off of his shin pad, but it bounces right to a Marksman stick. That's Renda. Left it into space for Alexis Girard, who clears it low. Juggling with the puck is Quince, who finds Fornaris in the slot. His one-timer caught and held on to by Michael Stiliadis. 12:57 to go in the second period. That's a great play by Marley Quince. I mean, that is a really great play by Marley Quince. How many times do you see a player not commit a high sticking foul, bounce the puck on the blade of their stick twice, and then move it into the slot for a grade A scoring opportunity? Marley Quince is somebody who's flown onto the radar for a little while. He didn't have a tremendous statistical start, but he does a lot of little things right, and it's put him in a position where he slid nicely into the second-line center role for the Fayetteville Marksmen. Played his college hockey at Clarkson University, an NCAA D1 product. Backhanded into the slot toward FX Girard. Two Mayhem defenders there, unable to clear. Storman's bid deflects wide off the stick of Carlos Forneris. Now Marley Quince, far side corner. Quince has to give to Forneris. He's pinned to the boards. Sauces a pass out for Sam Storman, who will find Renda, and he'll give it low in the general direction of Bryce Farrell. Tried to kick it up to his stick but missed. Curtis Hansen will bring the puck out for the Mayhem. His pass across the rink to the right wing is knocked down. And Fayetteville resets. Dumped in behind of Stiliadis. Well behind the red line was Storman. This is icing with 11:57 to go in period number 2. If your child wants to celebrate a birthday with the Fayetteville Marksmen, you can call our offices at 910-321-0123 or visit marksmanhockey.com/birthday packages. We offer a digital picture, 15 game tickets, a visit from Markey, and lifelong memories as you celebrate your birthday here at the Crown Coliseum in front of the Fayetteville Marksmen. That's marksmanhockey.com/birthday packages. Out to the far side wing. This will be spun back in by the Mayhem, who have done a much better job in this hockey game at finding ways to keep possession in their offensive zone. Unable to extend it here as the Marksmen have it ahead of their attacking blue line. Thrown back toward the net, but Joseph Drapelook will take it up for the Mayhem. He avoids one hit. This could be a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Drapelook gives it back. Here's a one-timer that is hammered high up into the seats. That went over the netting and everything, and that's going to be a souvenir for a guy 3 rows from the top. Wow. That was a screamer. So the faceoff will stay in the Mayhem attacking zone. It'll be to the glove hand of Jason Pulaski. And it's won by the Mayhem. And if you followed along with this series for any amount of time this season, you'll recognize that the Macon Mayhem have talent in the faceoff circle. And they have really done well at holding the Marksmen at bay as Nigel Slade's shot misses over top the crossbar. Manhattanville product out of St. Catharines, Ontario. Slade with a hard hit onto Oliveri. He'll give an extra shove as those two former teammates get tied up at the far corner. Here's a delayed penalty coming up. We'll see who it's going to go against. It's going to be against Macon, and it's going to go against Nigel Slade for holding the stick. So the 4th power play opportunity upcoming for the Mayhem. For a holding the stick penalty, that will come 9-12 into the second period. I also think that showed a lot of maturity by Don Oliveri. He got his one extra shove in, no harm, no foul. And then he drew the penalty by giving one tug on the stick to let it go, and then he dropped it. And that is a wonderfully heady play to put the Marksmen on the man advantage and a chance to blow this one wide open. Extend to a 3-goal lead. FX Girard finds Don Oliveri, who will quarterback this man advantage opportunity. To Brian Moore, back for FX Girard. His shot misses wide of Stiliadis. Moore corralled it, but he lost it. Shorthanded opportunity as Brendan Hussey cuts to the middle. Hussey, triple teamed, lost the puck before he ever got his shot off. FX Girard, Don Oliveri, and Matt McNair all back to prevent the scoring opportunity from ever happening. 10:15 to go in the second period. Breakaway chance. Bryce Farrell to the races. Backhand, forehand. 5-hole. He scores! He gave him the old dipsy doodle and finishes between the legs. 5-2 Marksmen. The Marksmen convert on the St. Peter Pest Control power play and extend the lead to 3 goals. You won't see a much more well-executed breakaway move than that. Bryce Farrell had his first pro goal last Sunday in Macon and now gets an opportunity to score not only in front of the hometown fans here, but in front of his family who's in attendance. Second of the season for Farrell, and now a huge hit as Caleb Cameron knocks Marley Quince. Quince will watch as the puck rolls into the Mayhem attacking zone. Behind the net, Oliveri getting physical, and now we're going to get a good old-fashioned brawl. Oliveri's in the middle of it. Everybody grab a dance partner on a Saturday night. Goodness! The WWE doesn't come back to the Crown Coliseum until January. Don't tell the hockey players. Let's see who comes out of this pile. Don Oliveri, Carlos Forneris, Marley Quince for the Marksmen. Some more shoves being given, and this is going to take a while to settle out as Don Oliveri waves at the Mayhem bench and will promptly take a seat in the penalty box. Wow. It's not so much that there was anything particularly nasty that went on right there. It's just everybody on the ice decided they wanted to flex the tough guy muscle. I would imagine we're going to remain even strength after all of this, but it'll be 2 or 3 guys aside going to the penalty box. Oliveri and Forneris are in there right now for the Marksmen. And we'll get numbers for you on the Mayhem side in a moment, as there are a couple of fans obstructing my view from the perch up here at the Crown Coliseum. Nigel Slade is one of them, and Caleb Cameron is the other. Marley Quince has gone into the box for the Marksmen as well. So that would signal to me that there's going to be an extra penalty given to Fayetteville in this case. And everybody's having to do a little bit of penalty killing on their own before we resume action here. 9:34 to go in the second period. Timeout on the ice. We'll take it with them. 5-2 Marksmen lead.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
.934 to go in the second period here from the Crown Coliseum in Fayetteville. And we are stuck in a rather lengthy delay after we got a good old-fashioned line brawl directly behind of Jason Pawlowski's net. Nigel Slade took a holding the stick penalty against Don Oliveri about a minute and a half ago. It led to the power play goal for Bryce Farrell. Those two went directly back out onto the ice, got tied up with each other on the end wall behind Jason Pawlowski's net, and they decided to bring the whole gang of everybody else on the ice with them. And oddly enough, out of all of this, The extraneous penalty displayed is to Marley Quince, who I think by his own admission would tell you he's not really a fighter. I think it just so happened to be he was the extraneous guy. It's a pizza party in the penalty box for both of these two teams. 5 men separated between the two penalty boxes. It's Quince, Forneris, and Oliveri for the Marksmen. Slade and Caleb Cameron for the Mayhem. And I think after all of this, it's going to be a Mayhem power play. They are 1 for 1 on the man advantage tonight. On the season now, 1 for 32. It won't bump them out of the cellar in the power play category, but it is a start. So the face-off is going to come down to Pulaski's blocker side. Puck's already been placed there. And Nigel Slade is being escorted from the penalty box. He'll go down the tunnel. Carlos Forneris is also going to go down the tunnel here. And the public address voice in the Crown Coliseum, Ray St. Peter, is about to steal the spotlight as he's going to have a practical novel of penalties to read, I'm sure. So those two, Forneris and Slade, may very well have been ejected, and until the live scoring system gets updated, I'm not even going to attempt to tell you all the calls that happened there. But as soon as Raymond St. Peter is completed with reading these, the scoring system updates, we'll pass it along to you. Right now, it's a 5-on-4 advantage for the Macon Mayhem as we return to play. 9:10 to go in the second period. 5-2 Marksman lead. Mayhem on the man advantage will begin the breakout from behind Michael Stiliadis. A headman pass to Curtis Hansen. All over him, Jarrett Cupp. So they'll match body to body with Brendan Hussey coming in, trying to knock the puck free, and he does. Hussey looked to turn it to the slot. He was unable to do so, and the Marksmen are able to bounce it out beyond the red line all the way down to the midway point in their attacking zone with Brian Eder handling the puck. Eder has been a welcome bright spot for this Macon Mayhem group. Received a call up to the South Carolina Stingrays a couple of weeks ago. Was there for a weekend as Hussey comes in offside with 8:33 to go in the second period. It's always good when you got a guy who's going up, and Eder was noticeable. He's an offensive defenseman, not afraid to jump up in the rush. Reminds me a lot of Jarrett Cupp in that fashion. And for that matter, Don Oliveri as well. Face-off won by the Mayhem as Drapelick drives near side. Curls around the net, hanging on to the puck, feeds it up to the top. Hanging on to it, Hussey slides it down. The Mayhem begin the setup. Drapelick winds and fires a slap shot through traffic, kicked away by Pulaski. Soper unable to hold the rebound, so everybody has to regroup with 35 seconds remaining in the Marley Quince minor. Maybe time for one last rush for the Mayhem as Drapelick brings it ahead of the attacking blue line, drops a pass that gets tied up in the skates of Don Carter Jr. He'll find Drapelick again, who's now been forced into playing a wing position. Slides to Devin Brink. He'll give to the far side point. Soper wipes it to Don Carter Jr., who stations himself at the right wing sideboards. Turned it over. Storman unable to get it out. Now Devin Brink with a well-timed stick lift to send it into the far corner where Koash bangs bodies after the puck. Koash and Brink double-teaming Vincenzo Renda. Knocked to his knees as the Marksmen kill off the penalty. Long shot in on goal from Taylor Cutting. Sticked out by Jason Pulaski with Sam Storman and Vincenzo Renda finding some trouble back behind the net. It's not completely surprising that this game is starting to take on a physical tone of its own. If you want to know how many penalties you're about to see in this hockey game, I can tell you that we've gone through nearly 2 continuous minutes of action. Still has not been updated in the live scoring system. So we'll get everything sorted out for you as soon as everything gets sorted out for us. And I have the fortunate view of looking at the off-ice officials who are in the press area next to me, and they are finger flying on computer, and if you look closely, you may see some smoke coming off of the pencil and scratch pad as everybody is furiously going to town. At the far side boards, the Mayhem eventually win the puck free, but the Marksmen have 2 purple sweaters to it. Slid up the near side boards, maybe another 2-on-1. Driving in McNair, he holds, slides into the slot. Stiliadis makes the save, but they score! What a hop! 6-2 Marksmen. Let's see who gets the goal. McNair was driving in. I'm not sure who tipped the puck. It may be Matt McNair's goal. So another second period marker for the Fayetteville Marksmen, and that's going to trigger a goaltending change. Michael Stiliadis lifted by head coach Zach Desjardins after allowing 6 goals on the shots he's faced. And now Dylan Kelly thrown into the fire. May have to make a big save here. Storman's shot is blocked. It is Matt McNair's goal. Storman's going to get an assist on the goal, so it was not tipped by any other marksman. That's a good old-fashioned own goal by the Mayhem, and I couldn't tell you from being all the way up here as Marley Quince is in offside, but there was a good chance that was going to be McNair's goal, and it is. The product of Adrian College, former collegiate teammate of Taylor McCloy, is off to a white-hot start in his SPHL rookie season. Rather soft-spoken young man, and I think one of my favorite relationships to watch is that between McNair and McCloy. McCloy, a much more gregarious personality, graduated a couple of years prior to McNair. And speaking of, he has the puck here. Finds Taylor Best out of Mercyhurst. He toe drags on the backhand, hauled down from behind and squished. And this is going to be a hooking penalty against Don Carter Jr., who may have saved a goal. Taylor Best lurking in front. It'll be Don Carter Jr. for hooking, and the Marksmen go back on the St. Peter Pest Control power play. Time of this penalty is 14-17 into the second period. The Mayhem are struggling to get out of their own way. So here's the breakdown of penalties as we have them for you right now in that altercation, 10:26 into the frame, as the Marksmen set up for their 5th St. Peter Pest Control power play opportunity of the afternoon. Stolen away by Brendan Hussey. More on those penalties in a moment. This could be a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Here's a shot that's taken care of. Well defended by Vincenzo Renda. Right now, the breakdown is as follows. Caleb Cameron and Don Oliveri, 5-minute majors for fighting. Nigel Slade given a 2-minute roughing minor. Marley Quince given a 2-minute roughing minor. And we're still waiting for any extraneous penalty, namely on Nigel Slade or Carlos Forneris. Here's a pass to the middle. McCloy in space, tried to go to the back goal post for Marley Quince, but it's sniffed out by Dylan Kelly, who will freeze the puck. Marksmen have this one well in hand, 6-2 with 4:51 to go in the second period.
Hey you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksmen hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksmen road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions.
.451 to go in the second period. Dylan Kelly in net after Michael Stiliadis gave up 6 goals on 21 shots. Played 33 minutes and 20 seconds. And unsurprisingly, rather frustrated, Stiliadis has not come back to the bench yet for the Mayhem. So the Marksmen still have a minute to go on the St. Peter Pest Control power play, and Marley Quince drives in below the goal line. And then we'll push to the point. Taylor Best, far goal post. Here's an opportunity, short side, but Quince's shot sails wide. It's a good opportunity for Marley Quince at that far goal post. Brian Moore sitting on 2 goals will find Taylor Best. He backhands toward the middle of the ice. The pass sniffed out and knocked away by Kyle Soper. Now Renda had himself on the inside wall. But the Mayhem able to get it around him, and the Marksmen will have one last shot on the man advantage here with 25 seconds to go in it. Rimmed around the half wall with speed. Pulaski out of his net to play the puck. He'll backhand off the inboards. Taylor Best is there waiting for it, and he'll punch below the goal line to keep possession for the Marksmen. Renda sends it all the way up ice. He was looking for a cutting Bryce Farrell, who got taken down from behind and ended up falling headlong into Dylan Kelly. 3:45 to go in the second period. And Caleb Cameron and Don Oliveri will be released from the penalty box. Don Carter staying in for 2 more seconds. 3:45 to go in this middle frame of regulation. The Marksmen scored 3 in the first. Now opened up for 3 in the second. And I think this is what Corey Melkert was talking about when he was remarking about finishing hockey games. This has been one of the better second periods. I would wager the best for the Marksmen this season. Conglomeration of people in front. Farrell looked to the near face-off circle. The pass was knocked away by Drape, looking back out to center where the Marksmen regroup. Well-placed stick by Brian Kerrigan as he'll knock it away from Matt McNair, who has to go back and chase. Far corner McNair kicks it into open space, and the Marksmen have 2 sweaters to the puck. This is Sam Storman. Sends to FX Girard. He'll come up the near sideboards. Gives out to the far wing for McNair, who jumped back into the play. Centers for Bryce Farrell off of his backhand wide and behind the net. Kyle Soper there to help fight for the puck. Knocked free, but right to the Marksmen. 3 minutes to go in the second period. Cross-ice pass to the far face-off circle. A one-timer clapped on net by FX Girard. Kicked away by Stiliadis as Vincenzo Renda has the puck. He may have an opportunity. Wraps it around to the back door. Diving stop made by Dylan Kelly, and the puck stays out. It got behind him initially, but I think he affected the first shot enough with the paddle to prevent it from going in. Devin Brink passes to the far circle. A quick wrist shot by Brendan Hussey is sticked out by the Marksman defense and then laid up, where the Mayhem will return fire at center. Storman settling the puck out to the far defenseman. That's Vincenzo Renda. Still the new guy on this Marksman team. Taylor Cutting, knocked by Zach Boyle. Those two, both big boys. Renda hanging on to the puck here. He backhands off the far sideboards. Marley Quince with help from Wyatt Noski to get it ahead of the attacking blue line. What a play by Quince. Spanks it off the boards. Now a chance in front. Quince on the backhand pushes it wide. Steers it back toward the front of the net, and Wyatt Noski feeds the point. Oliveri with a head fake. A takedown behind the net and a whistle as Marley Quince and Brendan Hussey get into it. And we may have another round of shoving matches going on. Quince had his helmet torn off in the initial altercation. And we'll see what comes of this. Looks like it'll be a penalty for Marley Quince. The other penalty will go to Caleb Cameron. And right now, it's matching roughing penalties. Well, hang on here. Caleb Cameron's going to take another. Oh, nope. Nope, it is going to be matching roughings. We'll go 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Referees are going to pause this game for a moment as, well, this is new. They want a new puck. Not sure if there was some dent or damage to the previous piece of rubber. Nonetheless, fresh one in play. And let's go 4-on-4 till the end of this period, barring another penalty. Here's a headman pass for Brendan Hussey. Spins away from Don Oliveri, toe drags, rolls one toward the net, easily turned out by Jason Pulaski. The far boards, this will be rolled down, intended for Hussey, who had gotten drawn out of position. And now Taylor Best sends it off the far boards. This may be icing, and it is. Minute 28 seconds to go in the second period. And a minute and 37 of 4-on-4 hockey remaining. Face-off will come to the blocker side of Jason Pulaski. Scott Coash will take the draw. McCloy gives to Don Oliveri. Sends it out to the far boards for Taylor Best. Slides by one defender and is off through center. Dumps it in as he gains the red line. Has it in the goaltender's trapezoid as the play matriculates to the left wing corner. Coash peels away with the puck and speed. Oliveri a step behind him as Coash, feeling the pressure, backhands to the far side boards. Jarrett Cupp will finish Mike Swiderski. Gets to the loose change and feeds Brian Moore down the far wing. Here come the Marksmen in as Taylor Best lost the puck initially. Mayhem recover. Here's a pass directly through center intended for Coash. That was dangerous as Oliveri nearly had Coash right between the crosshairs. Hard hit in the near corner boards. As McNair took the brunt of that one, Taylor Cutting will have to answer from Brian Moore with a little shoulder shove. Hard hit at the far boards. That is a huge collision that knocked the puck free. Oliveri trips up his man as he's starting to fly around. Storman looked for Oliveri and instead decided to twirl it toward the net. Headman pass could spring a breakaway. Pulaski out of his net. Great play at the top of the face-off circle. This is going to spring a 3-on-1. Oliveri to Moore in front, one-timer. Oh, Dylan Kelly! What a stop with the glove side leg pad as the period comes to a close. Brian Moore, game-respecting game, will give a tap to the leg pads of Dylan Kelly. And another few words after that highlight reel stop. 6-2 the score at the end of the second period. The Fayetteville Marksmen enjoying an offensive explosion here in front of a good home crowd. Coming up during our second period intermission report, we'll put this second period on reset for you and a lot of action to recap. And we'll also take a couple of your user-submitted questions during our Ask the Voice segment. This is Marksman Hockey.
Hey you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksmen Hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksmen road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more.
We welcome you back inside the Crown Coliseum. Drew Blevins with you, where the Fayetteville Marksmen are enjoying a 6-2 advantage on the Macon Mayhem here at home. Let's go ahead and have a look at some of the major moments throughout this second period. It starts rather rapidly with Brian Moore potting his second of the night from Taylor Best and Don Oliveri. And then Bryce Farrell gets in on the action on a power play goal. And then we have, well, one of the larger skirmishes we've seen so far this season, and it sees a ton of penalties, and to be quite honest, I don't know if we ever quite got a full recap, so let's see where we stand in the penalty tally now. And this is what it looks like. Nigel Slade, 2 minutes for roughing. Carlos Forneris, 2 minutes for roughing. Don Oliveri, a fighting major. Marley Quintz, a roughing minor. The other fighting major to Caleb Cameron. So that's why Marley Quintz is given that outstanding penalty. And then it's remained rather rough, I'd say. But it hasn't necessarily been borderline or edgy. It's just been a brutal hockey game. And there's a lot of frustration in that Mayhem locker room. And it's hard to blame them. But nonetheless, here we are, and the Marksmen have flexed the offensive muscle now for 2 straight periods, and they're looking to finish this game off strong. And you're going to be really happy if you're a Marksman fan at the end of this if Fayetteville can finish this off 9-3 going into a Wednesday one-off game against Roanoke. They'll play the Rail Yard Dogs again on Friday from Roanoke. But a little bit of rest coming up for the Marksmen here after this flurry of games to start the season. And it's good that you can weather the tests early, and that's something certainly that the Marksmen have done and are looking to continue to do as the season rolls on. Let's go ahead and pause one more, or not one more time. We've got 2 more commercial breaks. I know better as I look at my radio schedule. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back after these messages from our corporate partners. This is Marksman Hockey.
Marky?
Carolina's Dentists offers the best in oral care and technology.
Hope you're brushing twice a day like we discussed. And don't forget to make that 6-month appointment, okay? We'd like to keep those pretty white teeth looking good for you.
Come experience positively different dentistry at Carolina's Dentist, the official dentist of the Fayetteville Marksmen.
Look at our yard. So many anthills everywhere. Did you know that a single ant can live to be 29 years old?
Really? Well, what about a married one?
Seriously?
But really, we need to fix the yard.
St. Peter Pest Control handles all your mosquitoes, ants, spiders, cockroaches, and even rodents. St. Peter Pest Control provides full home pest protection and consistent treatment of ants and mosquitoes in your yard, too. At St. Peter Pest Control, we send all your bugs to see St. Peter.
We will. Hey you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksmen hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksmen road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Welcome back inside the Crown Coliseum, inside the broadcast booth here It's time for our Ask the Voice segment where we take a couple of listener-submitted questions and do our best to answer them. If you want to have one of your questions answered on a future edition of Ask the Voice, all you have to do is email me, D. Blevins, that's DBLEVINS, at marksmanhockey.com with your name, where you're listening from, and a good question about hockey or the Marksman. Today's questions come from Macy in Salisbury, and Macy wants to know what has been the most touching story that you have heard or witnessed during Hockey Fights Cancer weekend. And that's a great question because there are so many. For me, it's one of those things that you're always careful telling these stories because it's a sobering reminder of that there are so many things that are more important in this life than the game of hockey. And it makes you, first of all, highly grateful that you work in sports, an entertainment business and an escape business, and you're given the opportunity to give so many people a moment to not think about cancer or disease and for them to enjoy something, and how fortunate we all are in this field. But one of the most touching stories, I think, of strength and courage comes from Zach Boyle. Zach Boyle found out just this week that his dad had been diagnosed with cancer, and it was a striking blow for him, something that he's had to deal with all week long. And much to his credit, Taylor McCloy has kind of taken Zach Boyle under his wing during this rather difficult time. And the strength of this story is Boyle was willing to share it on camera on the Jumbotron here in front of all of these wonderful Marksman fans. But the most touching out of all of this is the hockey team has pitched together in order to buy Zach Boyle's jersey, and they will be presenting his game-worn sweater to his dad at the end of this game. And that's going to take the cake, not only because of the recency and the strength of Zach Boyle to be able to tell that story, but also the touching movement by the team in order to make sure that Mr. Boyle gets that souvenir. And we do send our best to the Boyle family here from the broadcast booth as well during this difficult time. So thank you to Macy for that question. Our other question comes from Dale, who is listening from Youngsville, North Carolina. And Dale wants to know how many names got put on the ice last night. Fantastic question, and I'll be completely honest, I haven't counted them all. But I can tell you that it's a pretty good amount because the ice looks fairly filled. There are a lot of messages that are on the Marksman Attack Twice side, just because that's where most of the ice painters came in, but they're scattered throughout center and all the way down into the defensive zone as well. And on a rough estimate, I'd tell you there's probably 85 names out there on the ice, and in total you've got over 100 messages that are scattered throughout, and some you can see on the broadcast angle, some are tucked so close to the boards they're much more difficult to read. But it was an unbelievable moment last night, watching all of these people, many with tears in their eyes, getting an opportunity to do something fairly unique and come out and paint the ice and to give a meaningful message of hope and inspiration, or honor a loved one who may have lost their battle to cancer. But it's an unbelievably emotional night, a cool atmosphere to say the least, and one that we are glad you have decided to tune in and follow along with us on this tremendous journey this evening. So thank you to Macy and thank you to Dale for their questions, both pertaining to Hockey Fights Cancer Weekend. If you want to have a future question answered on our Ask the Voice segment, just email me, D. Blevins, DBLEVINS, at marksmanhockey.com with your name, where you're listening from, and a good question about hockey or the Fayetteville Marksmen. Let's take one more break. We'll be right back to take you around the SPHL. This is Marksman Hockey.
Hey, you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksman Hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksmen road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more.
We welcome you back inside the Crown Coliseum. Let's go for a quick trip around the SPHL as we are still waiting for those puck drops to get games underway. 3 minutes away from puck drop in Evansville, where the live scoring system has clicked on at least. Roanoke in Evansville tonight as the Rail Yard Dogs look to make it 4 straight wins. Knoxville in Vermilion County at David S. Palmer Arena. The Bobcats still searching for their first franchise standings point. Later on tonight, Quad City will take on Pensacola from the Bay Center in West Florida. And Huntsville is in Peoria tonight at the Carver Arena, looking to make it 13 straight. And instead of just settling for a 1-game break of the best start in SPHL history, looking to stretch it out to 13 wins. Around the world of college football for you as we're about to get into the primetime game windows. So glad that you have decided to stick around with us. As we told you in the ACC, Clemson knocks off number 10 Wake Forest 48-27 on Senior Day at Memorial Stadium. NC State finishes off Syracuse 41-17. The final sets up a pivotal final weekend next weekend. NC State plays North Carolina in a rivalry matchup in Raleigh on Black Friday. Around the same time, the Fayetteville Marksmen will be in Roanoke to take on the Rail Yard Dogs. And then on Saturday, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons will face the Boston College Eagles from Alumni Stadium in Chestnut Hill. Wake Forest wins, they'll advance to play Pittsburgh in the ACC Championship. NC State wins and Wake Forest loses, and it's the Wolfpack who are on their way to Charlotte instead. Let's go ahead and step aside for one more commercial break. We resume with period number 3 after these messages. This is Marksman Hockey.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Welcome back to the All-American City. Drew Blevins alongside you as we're almost ready to go in period number 3. Fayetteville Marksmen have found the offense, and they really have not stopped hammering down. 6-2 the score as we head to the final 20 minutes of regulation. Had an email come across my desk just a few moments ago from Catherine Kelly. That's Dylan Kelly's mom, and I've had the pleasure of seeing Dylan Kelly play in the FPHL the last 2 seasons. Of course, many Marksman fans will remember a strong season that he gave to this organization. But he'll have to make a stop here on Taylor Best first, who went crashing to the ice. So the Mayhem will settle. But Dylan Kelly is also one of those Adrian Bulldogs who have found their way to the SPHL. Played on the same team as Matt McNair and Taylor McCloy, who are now his adversaries in this game. But he was also Taylor McCloy's roommate as a freshman. And I just find that to be a fantastic story, as now not only are you having to play against a former college teammate, how'd you like having to play against your roommate? I'm sure there were many friendly competitions going on at Adrian College throughout those 2 tenures there. But that's fantastic, and thank you so much to Mrs. Kelly for passing that along. Those are what make this game so much fun, those interpersonal stories where we can really humanize these hockey players. And it's been a blast to watch, and Dylan Kelly has not had the strongest of offenses in front of him this year. But going into the hockey game last night, he was 5th in the league in save percentage, and he has been putting in yeoman's work as the statistical leader in goaltending for this Mayhem team. As Macon crosses the line offside, 57 seconds into this 3rd period. And there will be a short break before these 2 teams see each other again in the middle of December on a Thursday night game in Middle Georgia. Last weekend, the Marksmen embarked on a road trip that started Friday and ended Sunday. Oh boy. More on that in a moment. Corey Melkert was right over at the stanchion between the benches, as there's a little bit of aggression going on here between the 2 benches. It's Taylor Cutting jawing at Bryce Farrell and Brian Moore. Zach Desjardins is now in the ear of his defenseman, who is still propped up here. Cutting and Moore having a conversation between the stanchion. We'll keep an eye on that as the Marksmen bring the puck ahead into attacking ice. 2-on-2. This is FX Girard, who has the puck at the far corner. Gave to Zach Boyle, who returned it up to the point. Stepping in to hold the line is Oliveri. He does for a moment longer. Now Jarrett Cupp had it. Stick handled and had it roll off the blade of his stick. Headman pass for Swiderski. Stretches too far. He'll go to chase it as the Mayhem try to set up an offensive zone possession. Good stick play made by Marley Quince to knock the puck free, and Quince has found himself a couple of altercations this evening. Through the middle of the rink, a chance for the Marksmen at the far goal post. Drop pass to Quince. He puts it on net. It rolled off of an opposing defensive stick on the way through. Now we're going to get a penalty here. This is going to be boarding, and it's going to go against the Marksmen. Marley Quince will take the seat for boarding early in the 3rd period. 1:54 into it, to be specific. This is rare for Marley Quince. He is not the guy you would peg to take penalties. He's a solid forward who plays the position well. Plays that center position marvelously. It reminds me a lot of a Jordan Stahl guy. Good in the face-off circle. It's a good defensive mindset, but he was able to put the puck in the net last weekend and has found himself on the score sheet a couple occasions tonight with a pair of assists. Mayhem power play came into the hockey game as the bottom of the SPHL. They scored on their first man advantage attempt and looking to claw their way back closer here in this one. This will be slipped right down the near boards by the Marksmen all the way down, and Dylan Kelly comes out of his net to set this on a tee. Brian Kerrigan will receive and skate it all the way into attacking ice. Gains the blue line, dumps it in. Pulaski out of his net, backhands into the skates of Wyatt Noski, who calmly collects in the traffic and wipes it down the length of the rink. Just 50 seconds remaining in the Quince Minor. As the Mayhem trying to work against the clock here in a 4-goal deficit. Dumped in behind Pulaski. First player there is Cameron, who sweeps up the near boards. McCloy touched it for a moment, couldn't hold and get it out. On the second effort from Wyatt Noski, it does come out. Now Drapeluk will reset at the red line, drifting to Kyle Soper, who has it down the right wing side boards. He drops for Don Carter Jr., looking for a backdoor pass off of his skate. With speed, McNair will chase after the puck here. Kyle Soper a half step in front of him, moves away from the pressure, sends a pass to the near boards, looking for Devin Brink, intercepted by Oliveri, who will rim it down the length of the ice. Clockwork penalty kill for the Marksmen as Marley Quince comes out of the penalty box. Quince will stop the puck here, just push it forward, looking for Zach Boyle. Marley Quince gives to Boyle as he tried to drive the net, had the puck taken from his stick. More on Boyle in a moment. Here's a headman pass to him, but he lost it off of his backhand. Boyle is actually trained as a defenseman. Sizable body, but has a couple of skill sets that have allowed him to slide into this 10th forward spot for the Marksmen right now. And that was something that Corey Melkert was keen on, is finding a guy who could do a little bit of both, because you don't know where the injury bug's going to bite. Right now the Marksmen have 3 forwards on the 21-day or longer injured reserve list. Zach Boyle plays forward as Pulaski will melt the puck here with 15:19 to go in the third period. Both teams skating back to the bench here as Forneris and Slade come out of the penalty box. And that would signal to me there was a misconduct penalty given to both of them in addition to that 2-minute minor for roughing. And I didn't see it in the live scoring system, so I apologize. What I had first labeled as an ejection initially had kind of stumped me. Just a misconduct penalty and an icing off the draw. So both teams back to full strength, and it seems like that's the first time we've been able to say and make mention of that in a little while. Face off to the blocker side of Pulaski, won by the Mayhem, backhanded behind Pulaski as Renda is the first there. Leaves it for McCloy, who will give it up the near boards to Brian Moore. Moore comes together with Chase DeBari, and it's Brian Moore who is having the heated conversation with Taylor Cutting. Moore undercut, lost the puck. Sam Storman gets to it. Finds Brian Moore cleanly this time. And this will be pitchforked all the way up ice. Moore chasing it on the pass from Taylor Best. Best comes in following it. He's got it in the slot. Sticked away from him by Cody Rogers. Push to the point where Vincenzo Renda will give to the middle for Storman. Pushes to the outside wing. A backhand pass intended for Best in the front. Never made it to him. And the Mayhem survive. New unit out for the gray and blue. Moore gives a pass to the near wing for Matt McNair. He juggles the puck for a moment. Rogers steps in front of him. And now a 3-on-2 for the Mayhem in the other direction. Nigel Slade blows a tire on Don Oliveri. Jarrett Cupp steps in to pick up the loose change. He has it going down the left wing side boards. Gets awkwardly tied up and hauled down. No penalty. Wyatt Noski now playing with the puck near the bench side boards. Noski lost a glove, passes the puck off, collects the mitt as Jarrett Cupp will dump it in below the goal line. Mayhem are there to pick it up, and they'll send it to the far boards, but it's slammed all the way back into attacking ice by Oliveri. Now the Mayhem try to headman the puck. Cupp intercepts it. He may have an opportunity. Jarrett Cupp in the near face-off circle. Stops and gives to the point for a one-timer for Marley Quince. Loose puck in the slot. Dylan Kelly pounces on top of it and will hang on for a whistle. 13:25 to go in the third period. Timeout on the ice. We'll take it with them with the score of the Fayetteville Marksmen 6, the Macon Mayhem 2.
Look at our yard. So many anthills everywhere. Did you know that a single ant can live to be 29 years old?
Really? Well, what about a married one?
Seriously?
But really, we need to fix the yard.
St. Peter Pest Control handles all your mosquitoes, ants, spiders, cockroaches, and even rodents. St. Peter Pest Control provides full home pest protection and consistent treatment of ants and mosquitoes in your yard, too. At St. Peter Pest Control, we send all your bugs to see St. Peter.
13:25 remains in the hockey game. The Fayetteville Marksmen with a 6-2 lead on the Macon Mayhem. Oddly enough, this has been a game that has not seen a ton of shots. The Marksmen only have 25, the Mayhem 11. And we were seemingly underway. But the only players that were playing were Joseph Drapelook and Brett Menton. You ever watch the football game where the entire offensive line gets called for a false start, except for the center? It's pretty much what we just saw right there in inverse. We're going to get another false start off this face-off. This is wild. Forneris has to come in to take the draw. He wins it back to the blue line in a foot race for it. Harrison Harper holds the line. Near corner, pass to the slot, intended for Boyle, missed him. Now a drive from the point. Puck is loose. Kelly finds it and freezes the puck. And as we told you, Dylan Kelly is a big enough body netminder that if he can see the puck, he's going to stop it. But if he can't, odds are it's going to hit him. And I think something that he's really improved on in his game since playing for the Marksmen 3 years ago is when he feels the puck, he tracks it better now. He's able to pounce on top of it, cover, get whistles. I think that's an important element of his game and something that's helped him become better at the position. Brian Etter at the far side corner, trying to break it out, has to reverse field to Taylor Cutting. Keep an eye and see if Brian Moore is able to get out there while Macon's 8 is on the ice. Quince punishes Cody Rogers, knocks the puck free. Here's a shot blocked by Cutting and thrown back out to the neutral zone. Corey Melkert also may keep a very keen eye on when Cutting is out there and never really give Moore the opportunity to do anything. Of course, Moore himself in his own right really doesn't need it. Far boards, Curtis Hansen. Hanging on to the puck, finds Cutting, who sweeps it to the bench side boards. Brian Moore will hang on to the puck here for the Marksmen. Moore gives a pass into the middle. McCloy has the puck driving. Taylor McCloy loses it as he gets to the top of the face-off circles in his attacking zone. And the Mayhem will break it into the zone down the far boards. Brink got to touch the puck as he looked to push it into the slot. A hard takedown behind the play as Brink got tied up with a man. Good move made by McCloy with an off-angle wrist shot. Watched into his chest by Dylan Kelly. He'll hold for a whistle. Face-off will stay in the Marksman attacking zone to the glove side of Dylan Kelly. It's another face-off win for the Mayhem with 11:43 to go in this third period. Score staying 6-2 Marksman. Swiderski nearly had a jump on Cup, but he punted the puck a little too far. To the point. It's Cody Rogers, slides a pass over for Kyle Soper. From the inboards, a pass in front for Caleb Cameron. Sealing himself to the far post was Jason Pulaski, who makes a quality save. And now the Marksmen will pitchfork this one out towards center. Brian Moore was cherry picking, sitting on 2 goals this evening. Out of his net to play it is Pulaski. Looking for Brian Moore, he finds him. Pushes to Matt McNair, and he'll drive down the near wing. McNair had the puck knocked away from him by Brian Kerrigan, all the way on the kick plate to the far side of the rink, and eventually the Mayhem will double team the puck and are able to get it out beyond center. Oliveri there to receive, slings a pass to Alexi Girard on the near side boards. For those of you following along, you see the number 2 on the roster and you think that may be Everett Thompson. He's technically a healthy scratch this evening. Alexi Girard wearing number 2 because his number 8 uniform was given to a fan who won it in the jersey off the back raffle last night. Here's a pass to the slot. It's intercepted, and Scott Coash has it coming the other way. Coash gives to Don Carter Jr., far face-off circle, sweeps into the middle. A rolling puck ends up off the inboards. This one's tucked off the outside near goal post. Good job by Pulaski to move. Stay with that one. Now a 3-on-2 rush for the Marksmen. Backhand pass to Noski in front and pushed wide of the far post. Noski digging after it, comes away with it. Calling for it is Alexi Girard. Noski will eventually skate it and then pass to him. Girard to the far defenseman and right back. Girard winds for a wrist shot that's knocked away by Brett Menton. Coash to the rebound. Off the far glass, this will roll back out to center, and Matt McNair settles the puck. Alexi Girard near wing. Using that long reach, gets around one man and feeds it below the goal line. Picked up there by Quince. He's unable to hang on to it for long as the puck is shot by Harrison Harper, who will retreat to grab the puck across the goal line. This is icing. 9:27 to go, third period. Marksmen have it on cruise control, 6-2.
Marquis?
Carolina's Dentists offers the best in oral care and technology.
Hope you're brushing twice a day like we discussed. And don't forget to make that 6-month appointment, okay? We'd like to keep those pretty white teeth looking good for you.
Come experience positively different dentistry at Carolina's Dentist, the official dentist of the Fayetteville Marksmen.
9:27 to go in period number 3. The Fayetteville Marksmen 6, the Macon Mayhem 2. Drew Blevins with you at the Crown Coliseum in Fayetteville. A little 3-game homestand for the Marksmen. Hard to believe next week is Thanksgiving. And while this Fayetteville group will have Thanksgiving Day off, they will bookend the holiday. The game on Wednesday here at the Crown Coliseum, and a game on Friday at the Berglund Center, both against the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs. The Marksmen are not particularly eager to get back out on the road, as they have spent a ton of time away from home to start this season. Here's an awkward shot from Renda that got tipped on the way through. Kelly was sliding over to the near post, had to reach back across to his glove side, stop it and cover. But it's okay, because for the Marksmen, after a 3-game homestand to start December, they will not be back at home until December 31st. It'll be a stretch of 5 straight road games for the Marksmen. That will tie the longest road trip of the year for this Fayetteville group. But they will get an off weekend, their quote-unquote bye week, December 10th, 11th, and 12th. To the near face-off circle. Hanging on to that is Carlos Forneris, who spun it low looking for Renda. Taken by Cody Rogers. He'll push to the far wing, and Hansen dumps it in. Hard hit delivered at the Marksman bench side boards. We'll see if this game continues to take a physical toll as Caleb Cameron comes looking at FX Girard. 2-on-2 laid forward. Kelly pads the puck away with the stick side leg pad. Chase DeBari and Caleb Cameron corralling the puck. They'll give to Kyle Soper. Near side, this is DeBari. who will look all the way across the rink. And the Mayhem will settle the puck. And what we mean by a bye week is the SPHL has 11 teams. Well, you can't play against yourself. So every SPHL game day, somebody's out of action. For the Marksmen, they'll enjoy back-to-back bye days on that Saturday and Sunday split as the puck hops into the skirting of the protective netting out of play. 8:12 to go, third period. You do wonder for the SPHL, is this an opportunity where they're eyeing another market? Are they looking to go to 12 teams? It's been difficult for a lot of minor league organizations coming out of the COVID-19 break, though, and both the SPHL and the FPHL with an odd number of teams this year. Pushed up to the near wing, driving in is Moore. His wrist shot stopped by Kelly. Looked to cover the rebound, but had it drawn from his clutches by his own teammate. Brian Moore looking for the hat trick here, and that would be a night to remember for the Charlotte native. Here's a wrist shot off of a body as the Mayhem bring it back into attacking ice. Fanned on the shot, and now in trouble, Taylor Cutting. Had it taken from him by McCloy. Gives to Moore. Backdoor pass toward Jarrett Cup. It got tied up in his skates, and then Cup gets tripped up from behind by Taylor Cutting. Brought all the way up by Caleb Cameron. Pushes to the attacking goal line before he's double-teamed and loses the puck. McCloy will test Taylor Best to the far side now. Knocked away from him by Drapelook, who's going to start the rush himself. Joseph Drapelook, low wrist shot steered away by Jason Pulaski in his goal crease. Taylor Best skated the puck up, but lost it, and Brian Moore picks it up. This is Moore. Hanging on to it here, Brian Moore tried to shovel to the point, instead got it to the near face-off circle. Bryce Farrell taking up the fight there as Moore gets off on a line change. Alexis Girard swings to the far side. A long shot from Harrison Harper is watched into the gut by Dylan Kelly. 6:50 to go in period number 3. As the Marksmen will look for their 9th win of the year. It's a face-off that's won by the Macon Mayhem, and Chase DeBari has it. Looks all the way up ice. This pass runs too far for everybody. Icing. .6:39 to go in the third. The Marksmen enjoying a strong showing here this evening. Just trying to finish it off as puck is taken behind of Dylan Kelly, and Kyle Soper will break it out for the Mayhem. Ahead for Don Carter Jr. Carter unable to get around Alexis Girard. Harrison Harper backhands it around the near boards, and Bryce Farrell will skate it up. Begging your pardon, rather, that's Zach Boyle. This is to Bryce Farrell. Backdoor pass, one-timer push wide. Harrison Harper looking for his first goal of the season, unable to get it to go. Now Don Carter the other way. He stood up and lost his helmet on the play. He's got to come directly to the bench as he got train wrecked crossing the blue line. Don Carter is a big guy too, and it's tough just to stop him in his tracks. Marley Quinn spinning at the far corner will headman the puck, and away come the Marksmen. With speed driving in, breakaway chance for FX Girard. He lost the puck at the far goal post. Marksmen hold it in the attacking zone. Here's a shot from the blue line that's blocked on the way through. It's Taylor Cutting absorbed the shot in his body. Forneris will chase the puck down around the one-arm reach of Nigel Slade. 5:15 to go in the third period here. Brian Etter will try to dump it back in. Taken away, and Forneris goes to chase. One-on-one with Etter behind the net. Forneris penned on the inboards. Taylor Cutting searching out after the puck as Etter takes down Forneris. It squirts free, and here's Coash. Headman's up ice looking for Devin Brink. Oliveri intercepts. He shoots it in onto Dylan Kelly, who caught it, thought about hanging on to it. Instead, will give back behind the net for Scott Koash. A pass to the far wing is knocked off of a marksman's skate and eventually dumped all the way back in. The Mayhem are going to go to chase it. Sent to the far boards. This is Koash. Passes all the way down the length of the rink. Icing waved as Brett Menton wins the foot race for it near corner. The puck battle continues, and it'll be thrown all the way up. Drape look. Cuts down the pass with his glove legally. Moore rides him into the inboards. This goes into the skates of Brett Menton. He awaits reinforcements, curls a pass to the front. It's intercepted. Marksman may have a chance down the far wing. Pass to the slot. Moore lifts it over top the net into the protective netting and out of play. Now Brian Moore and Cody Rogers are going to go at it. Dylan Kelly came out of his goal crease. He's throwing punches at Brian Moore. Brian Moore versus the Macon Mayhem in the near side corner of the Marksman attacking zone. (6-2) the score, 3:59 to go in the third period. And as tempers cool, we're going to have a lot to sort out. Tell you about it after this break. This is Marksman Hockey.
Marky?
Carolina's Dentist offers the best in oral care and technology.
Hope you're brushing twice a day like we discussed. And don't forget to make that 6-month appointment, okay? We'd like to keep those pretty white teeth looking good for you.
Come experience positively different dentistry at Carolina's Dentist, the official dentist of the Fayetteville Marksmen.
Taylor Cutting is thrown off his gloves, and he wants to have a go with Brian Moore, who is going to be escorted to the Marksman tunnel. Cutting has been thrown out of the hockey game as he came off the bench, threw off his gloves, and was going to jump Brian Moore. Taylor Cutting's night done. Wow. What an opportune time to come back from commercial break. 3:59 to go in the third period. Frustrations boiling. Zach Desjardins trying to play peacekeeper around his own bench. This can shake out so many ways, it's almost not worth bringing up how many different ways it can shake out. Moore gone, Cutting gone. I'm sure there will be a penalty to Dylan Kelly somewhere in there for coming out of his net to take a shot at Brian Moore, and then Cody Rogers was the one more engaged. Cody Rogers is going to be pulled from the penalty box, and I think he's going to head to the showers early as well. He will. So it's a thin bench for the Macon Mayhem right now with Taylor Cutting and Cody Rogers both gone. Both of them are defensemen as well. And that's where it's going to sting. Of course, the result of this game has seemingly been decided since this period began. Kelly will skate back to his net. Right now, he's the one with the extraneous penalty. He took one yesterday for slashing at Bryce Farrell. Farrell negated it with a push back. I wish I was closer to ice level because having followed DK 4-5 now for 3 seasons, I'm sure there was a grin that was on his face when he came out of that pile. Fans here in Fayetteville enjoying themselves. Plenty of post-game festivities upcoming as well. Looks like we still have not completely sorted this out. As the officials will explain to the coaching staffs. Take a break for themselves. This is a media timeout, which is why we took the commercial break when we did. And I think now the officials are getting a quick swig of water. And they're getting with the on-ice officials in the Marksmen penalty box to make sure everything is clear-cut. Well, normally it's the play-by-play broadcaster who gets the vocal workout on any given game day, but credit to Ray St. Peter, the in-house public address voice, is he's got to sort everything out, and rapidly. Everybody saunters out of their respective huddles. And we'll be ready to play hockey here in a matter of moments. And the extra penalty is going to belong to Dylan Kelly. So we'll see what comes of all the other shenanigans. But it's a power play for the Marksmen with 3:59 to go in the third period. Officially, Dylan Kelly for roughing the extra penalty as the Marksmen go on to the St. Peter Pest Control power play. St. Peter Pest Control provides year-round pest control solutions. Send all your bugs to see St. Peter. Fayetteville will have the puck 2-by-2. They battle at the far boards. Drifting back and hanging on to the puck is Cup. He'll send it low to Taylor Best. He'll swing to Zach Boyle. Boyle near face-off circle. Feeds it low to Taylor Best. Tried to toe drag back to the front of the net. Knocked from the puck by Joe Drapelick. Drapelick now ties up Best as a puck screams out to Zach Boyle. Feeds the point Jarrett Cup. Winds for a wrist shot. Bounces off of a stick and wide. Bryce Farrell to it. Sends it up the far sideboards. Jarrett Cup has it far blue line. Leaves it in open space. Marley Quince now for Zach Boyle. He fires. Knocked away by Dylan Kelly, who got a piece of it with the blocker. To the near hash marks. Macon grabs the puck. They'll send it the length of the rink in the form of Curtis Hansen. Under 3 minutes to go in this hockey game. The Marksmen are going to improve to 9-3 on the year. A little bit of scoreboard watching. It's the Knoxville Ice Bears, a team directly in front of the Marksmen right now. 17 standings points. Knoxville taking on Vermilion County this weekend in a home-and-home series, with some unenviable travel for both of those two teams. It's not as short a trip as you'd think. Backhanded to the far face-off circle. Harper playing pitch and catch out there. Now Renda gives to the far side wing. Back for Vincenzo Renda. He holds and finds Wyatt Noski. A cross-ice pass to Alexi Girard. Shields the puck away from Brian Kerrigan. Girard up to the point. Now to Vincenzo Renda. Renda eyeing things up, gives out to the far face-off circle. Now to Vincenzo Renda again. He fires a shot off the backside of Don Carter. Knocks free to Alexi Girard as we go back to five-a-side hockey. Wyatt Noski holds, tried to shoot it between the legs of Devin Brink. He wins the puck eventually and is able to clear out to center. 100 seconds remaining in this one. The Fayetteville Marksmen are going to win 5 straight against the Macon Mayhem, who will head back to Middle Georgia Still searching for that also important first win of the season. Through the middle of the rink now. This is Gerard. Scoots by Brent Menton. So the Marksmen will have it below the goal line for only a moment, though. Mayhem will bring it back up. There will be some questions for the Mayhem to answer. And it's a long, tough road to hoe. And we'll see how this team responds. Minutes ago in the hockey game as the Mayhem send it all the way down. This will be icing with 47 seconds remaining in the game. Make sure to stick around for Marksman post-game after this one. Put this game on reset for you. Ton of action to recap. Nothing quite like being here, though. It was a rough and tumble game. The Marksmen are next at home Wednesday. One of 2 midweek tilts on the season for the Marksmen this year. And it'll be a fun one as the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs come to town for the first time this season. Noski will find Forneris, pushes to the far wing and drops Carlos Forneris. Shot to the back door, Quince sent it off the outside of the net. Goal light went on. Everybody in the building thought it had gone in. It did not. Alexi Girard gives into the middle with 15 seconds to go. Harrison Harper winds for a shot. Blocked on the way through. It never made it to Dylan Kelly. Cleared only to the blue line. Alexi Girard holds the line. He floats one toward the net just wide. Forneris will hang on to the puck. 3 seconds to go in the hockey game. Maybe one more shot to the back door. Horn sounds. Chark it up as a Marksman W. 6-2 the final. The Fayetteville Marksmen advance to 9-3-0 on the season. Macon will fall to 0-9-1. The Marksmen have won their first 5 meetings against the Mayhem this year. And they will stay in at least 4th place in the SPHL standings board. Let's pause for a quick commercial break. Coming back from it, we'll take you right to Marksman postgame. This is Marksman Hockey.
We welcome you back to Marksman Pre. Hey you. Are you hearing this but not seeing this? You can change that. Follow along with the entire season of Fayetteville Marksman Hockey on Hockey TV. Visit hockeytv.com/subscriptions and get the SPHL TV package to watch every single Fayetteville Marksman road game this year. That's hockeytv.com/subscriptions.
Welcome to Freddy's. How are you guys doing?
Meetings.
Lunch meetings all week, all salads.
Bean salads.
Quinoa salads.
Heirloom salads.
Frisee salads.
Sometimes a guy needs a Freddy's Original Double, Chicago Dog, and a Turtle Sundae.
Make that 2, please.
3.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good. Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Kelly, you need to unmute yourself.
For some, it's just the sound of ice hitting heavy-duty plastic. But for us, it's the signal calling us back to the light. And to Greg's house, because he just got a new grill.
Connecting to Hot Jams playlist.
Welcome back, Bud Light legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Experience the thrill of being a Fayetteville Marksmen season ticket holder and all the benefits that come along with it, including your same great seat for 28 or 14 home games, exclusive season ticket member events, and an opportunity to enjoy discounts on food and beverage and merchandise at the Crown Coliseum. Skate to marksmanhockey.com/season tickets to learn more.
We welcome you back inside the Crown Coliseum and into Marksman postgame, where the Fayetteville Marksmen finish off a 6-2 win over the Macon Mayhem this evening. Your 3 stars of the game are brought to you by Bubba's 33. You can visit them in the Westwood Shopping Center. The 3rd star of the game with a pair of assists is Marley Quince, who I thought had a really sterling weekend all around. Ever since getting that first goal against Birmingham last weekend, he's really turned on the Jets offensively. 2nd star of the game is Don Oliveri, who had a goal and a pair of assists. And the 1st star of the game is Brian Moore with 2 goals and what we'll call a hard-fought game. Brian Moore is going to, well, he was announced, but it does not look like he's going to come out of the tunnel. At least not quite yet. So there are your 3 stars, brought to you by Bubba's 33, as we bring you the story of this game. It starts off 4-37 in the first period, with Don Oliveri scoring shorthanded on a breakaway. The Marksmen now have a shorthanded marker on their resume for the season, but just 43 seconds later, Scott Coash is able to score for the Macon Mayhem to tie the game 1-1. The Marksmen found the offense again. Carlos Forneris from Marley Quince and Taylor Best. And then Brian Moore unassisted to make it 3-1. The Marksmen have now scored 3 goals in the first period in each of their last 6 games. That's a remarkable statistic. The Mayhem would be able to fight back into the game late in the first period. Devin Brink scoring, finishing up on a breakaway initially had by Caleb Cameron, but the Marksmen would not allow a goal through the rest of the game. Brian Moore capitalizing on a backdoor pass by Taylor Best. Bryce Farrell would have a power play breakaway he wouldn't miss on, and then Matt McNair would score on a feed from Sam Storman. No goals in the third period, but there were some punches thrown. There was a full-scale line brawl in the middle of the second. Just a ton of action overall and a highly entertaining hockey game between these two here this evening. They won't see each other till the middle of December, but as we've told you, 13 meetings between the 2 teams this year. The Marksmen have now won the first 5. That'll do it for us. We thank you so much for joining us on Hockey TV and the Marksman Radio Network. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday evening with a puck drop time of 7 o'clock. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:45 here from the Crown Coliseum with Marksman pregame. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Until next time, I'm Drew Blevins. Good night.